Yeah, let's get him out of here. Twan, Twan is no longer on the podcast anymore, everybody.
Here.
Get this
With
Sega
his
fool out
PlayStation
of
Pulse
here.
headset.
He is no longer allowed on the game drain. Everyone's seeing it live
Unfortunate.
that Twan is getting kicked off of the
Yeah, I'm
podcast
fired.
today. He's fired.
Good.
He's done. He's out of here.
Permanently.
He likes old games that don't have achievements and scores, and we just can't allow that in the game drain anymore.
That's not what gaming's about.
Yeah, man, I play
No.
games that aren't
Yep.
even
I
widescreen.
agree.
We absolutely
If you're not paying
have to let y'all
$70
know.
for games, why are you
Then
even
you're not a
on the
real
console?
gamer.
You're just not.
Exactly.
Twan, sit back and just
I'm sitting
take
back.
that L. Take that.
real
I need you.
gamer,
I need you to make the chair lean, dog. I
There
need
you go.
you to
How's
make
that?
the chair lean. Yeah. Get comfortable.
Yeah, it's
Because you
pretty
finna take L's all day. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome everybody to another fantastic episode of The Game Drain. This is your boy Ham Solo. I'm back at the helm of this finally, from being in the worst possible internet that you can find in America. I had that this week. It was insane. It was terrible. I'm talking about 6 megs a second, like taking 30 hours to download Rocket League. It was absolutely insane. It was definitely, I was definitely excited to be on the road. When I was driving back home, my lady was like, do you mind driving? I was like, hell no, let's get the fuck up out of here. I was done with that shit. But I am excited to be back here. Gonna be doing all different shows during the week. You guys know where you can find me. If you don't know, check the description. TSWS Gaming. Matt Likes Games has his own channel as well that you can check him out on. It's me, Twan. Check him out on Twitter, and his page is constantly under construction. And then we got and then we got Hard Days Mike over here. Every once in a while you can catch him on his Twitch at the exact same name that he goes by on here, and then he's also on Twitter as well. But anyways, let's get into the show. Let's talk about what we've been playing as of lately, other than the topic that we're going to have after this question. Go on ahead and tell me what you guys have been up to the last couple weeks through gaming. Or not a couple weeks, but I guess a few days. 7 days? 7 days? Sure. 7 days.
Oh, dude. Well, you already know about me. Halo co-op with you. It's phenomenal, by the way. It is everything I would have hoped it would be. Man, what else? Oh, I recently got a bunch of old Star Wars games. Battlefront 1, 2, KOTOR 1 and 2. I actually played KOTOR 1 a little bit, and it's turn-based. I was expecting that, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's a really fun turn base in my opinion.
Yeah, it's pretty. They did a pretty good job with it, and I don't mind it at all. What else? Battlefront 2, played that. I even downloaded the new Battlefront. I might try that. No, it's not as good, but hey, it's new.
In the Xbox version? Or is it PC?
What's that?
Xbox version of Battlefront 2, or is it the PC one?
The original Xbox version. It's on sale right now. Their summer sale. It's like $5. But yeah, phenomenal games. Like I said, Halo, Doom Eternal today. I've been playing a lot of that. But yeah, that's about it for me.
Okay, cool. Sounds like quite a bit. How about you, Twan? What's been going down with you, brother? What you been playing?
Just playing the old school stuff, on my Sega consoles. But I actually was playing my PS5 recently, too. I was playing the Klonoa 1 and 2 remakes. And those are just fantastic platformers. Some of my favorite platformers of all time. But just please don't get the Switch version, because it runs at like 45 to 55 frames per second. And it even has
gaslighting you. It's the best version.
It even has like delays when you jump. So I'm like, this is just terrible. I was like, so I put that away and I bought the PS5 version, and I'm like, so much better at 4K. It actually controls good, and I'm like, this is great. So I'm just enjoying
know where
those.
to control better though?
What?
I know where to play best on though. All right, sorry, go on.
Anyways, so I was playing that, and then Mike actually, I think it was just yesterday, he actually notified me that the Doom DLC was on sale on Xbox. I was like, oh shit. So I downloaded that, and that's what I've been doing this morning, was just playing that all day. Oh man, it's so good, man. It's my third playthrough of this game, and I just can't get
A
enough of it.
masterpiece.
Just watching that opening cutscene just gives me goosebumps. I just can't.
It's
But
so good. It's
Very good.
so good. And I think that about wraps that up for me. Yeah.
Nice.
Doom Eternal.
Nice.
Klonoa.
That is what's up. That's what's up, man. Everyone's playing Doom Eternal.
Yeah, it's just I don't
going
know.
on with
I didn't
this?
expect Matt to play it as well, but yeah.
Well, I
He
mean,
likes to always
hey,
play
man.
it though.
I
Oh,
made a
snap.
video for it. Now I got the itch.
Of course, the Hawaiians are back in the chat. You know I got to hit that button.
Mahalo!
What up, brothers?
Oh my god.
What up?
Oh, he's got access to that again.
Oh, I've got too
Mahalo!
much access. Let's go.
Oh my God.
I'm back.
Oh my god.
The man
That's the
is
entire
back.
show now.
That's
The
our
man
entire
is
show.
back. Back to hitting them buttons. But anyways,
Behind them
Hard
buttons.
Days Mike, of course, I already know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say the same thing the last two fools said.
Yep.
But I'm gonna go ahead and ask you anyways. What have you been playing?
Podcast, like, Doom Eternal. I kind of went really like a few
The
weeks of not
Doomcast?
playing it daily. Yeah, the
Oh.
Doomcast. But then like I was like, you know what? I want to try to like you know beat some of the harder levels on Ultra Nightmare to see how it went. And I've been hooked ever since. I just can't stop. I just can't fucking stop. It's a masterpiece. I just will
Such a
never
good
not
game.
love this game. I will never not talk
It's
about it. And one of my
fantastic.
tweets about the game got a lot of
Yeah, I saw it. You got
interaction
like
ran
Oh, yeah,
it.
your
I
tweet
wasn't
blew up.
almost 500 likes
I
almost
wasn't
now.
expecting it. I think it's like
Your
500 or
tweet blew up.
600, like 30 retweets. I don't even know how many people found that, but let's go. More people I know about Doom Eternal, the better, and the fact it's on Game Pass, like that's all that I care about.
No brainer.
All right.
Fantastic.
What else have I been playing? A little bit of Earth Defense Force 2017 every once in a while. Some Doom 2016.
Oh, you've been going back to that one?
Yeah. Nothing much else. I wanted to buy EDF 5 or 4 for my what the fuck's it called? My PS5, but they're still charging it as $60, even though the game
That's a
is
steal.
3 years old.
Who
Uh-huh.
cares? Who cares? Just bite the bullet. Just buy it.
Right. There you
I'm
go.
considering
That's
it. I might wait till my next paycheck.
Or
but
just
I
get
don't
a
know.
physical copy. I don't know.
That's
I
the
might
attitude.
actually just get a
copy. Just shit.
yeah. That's the
you should get a
attitude.
physical copy, honestly.
Yeah, I can get it for $30. I'm just gonna do that. Oh my
Yeah,
god, Ark
that
wants to
makes
download like
sense, no-brainer.
7,000 updates. I'm deleting Ark.
Nope.
I'm just
I
kidding.
feel like
do
it
that
should
to
be the other way
yourself.
around.
Don't do that to yourself.
I always feel like
I
the
have it on my
digital
hard
version
drive, so I
should
got
be
plenty of
cheaper.
room. But yeah, and I got something to talk about EDF later related, Ham, and you're gonna be maybe bullshitted just like me. I don't know if I should bring it up now or later though. I don't know if when would be a good time to bring this up.
I think you should just shoot for it right now. Just go for it while
All
it's on
right,
your
I'll
chest,
make it
nice
quick.
and fresh.
So, Earth Defense Force 2025 came out, I believe, in 2013, 2012, around that time. Came out on 360 and PS3. It got a re-release as Earth Defense Force 4.1 on Steam and PS4. Now, how much do you think digitally does the Xbox 360 version of Earth Defense Force 2025, the version without any of the new bells and whistles from the re-release, costs?
50
How
bucks.
much do I think it does?
Yeah.
$30.
Yeah, I was gonna say like maybe like $24.99 or $30.
I wish it costs $50.
I was right.
And
Oof.
and
Hey, at
the
least it's
one
not
on
60.
the re-release and the re-release on PS4 and PC, the technically better version, only costs like $20. Like I don't know what the fuck they're doing over because
Yeah.
Earth Defense Force 2017 only costs $10 or something like that, and that's perfectly reasonable. 10-15 is perfectly reasonable, but
Yeah.
like $50 for the objectively worst. I mean, at least it runs at 60 FPS, but man, it just bummed me out because I'm such a fan, and EDF has kind of abandoned the Xbox platform. I could go on about that for hours. So that was my little bitching I need to get out of the way.
Mhm.
There we go.
Yeah, there you
Just the
go.
best.
I feel better
Now
now.
you're
Just
feeling
people
good,
not-
bud.
Just people not
Yeah.
updating legacy storefronts, honestly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because
So
don't they have like a history on Xbox? I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
for the US, Earth Defense Force 2017 was the introduction to, and I believe that game itself was exclusive for a while to the 360. Then it got ported to the PS Vita and Nintendo Switch.
And the
So,
Xbox One really fucked a lot of shit up.
Yeah,
dude,
man.
it makes me so mad because like the Xbox was kind of becoming its home for a while, like a
It
new home
was.
at least.
Mhm.
And thanks, Don Matrick. I
Honestly,
don't care
yeah.
Good
how
old
the
Donnie
vision
boy.
was wrong. I don't care how everyone says the vision was portrayed wrong. I don't even give a shit anymore. All I know is my beloved EDF is not on my platform.
Yeah. Japanese
All right.
Japanese developers wanted nothing to do with the Xbox One.
Oh my
Yeah.
It's just
god.
Yeah. Not great.
All right. Well,
All right. I'm gonna
moving
shut
on.
up.
Mr. Xenon says, "How are you, Mike?" I believe
I am
is what his name.
surviving. I'm
That's all you
surviving.
can ask for.
Work was pretty terrible this weekend, so I'm surviving.
same man.
That's all you
Man,
can ask for.
that's how it goes sometimes, man.
I hope you're doing
Well, I'm
well.
glad. I'm glad you're here, Mr. Xenon, and then I'm glad the panel and everybody's doing okay. As
Mhm.
of what I've been playing lately, man, I've been playing Split Second. The game is pretty fun.
Ooh, there
Been
we go.
playing that
Finally got it.
before I go to bed the last few nights.
It's fucking amazing,
Pretty
isn't
good
it?
game. Yeah, it's a really fun game. I've also been playing Azura's Wrath. Oh man, I trip
That's a
up
good
every
one
time.
too.
I trip every time I say that name. But yeah,
Great name.
Azura's Wrath. Yeah, I've been playing that for
I need to.
for a few days, and I beat it, and that game
Did
was
you get to the Ryu fight?
fantastic.
The Ryu fight, right?
No, not quite yet. I still have to. That's
No?
part of that might be part of the DLC or something that
Yeah, I
people
think
are
so.
talking about. I don't know. Somebody like sent that to me and said that like, have you
It's like
fought
it's
him
just
yet?
Street
And I'm
Fighter.
like, what
Yeah,
are you
it's really
talking about?
it's straight up just Street Fighter 4. Like it's basically what it is. Like
All right. I'm excited. I
yeah.
need to play more of that game because I
Yeah.
love that intro scene. It's probably one of the coolest intro scenes in a game. Like genuinely, it
Dude,
was really
that
good. All
intro
right, go on.
scene is fantastic. Yeah. Also been playing a little bit of Gears 2 with Matt, and also
Yes.
some Halo Infinite campaign with Matt as well. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I think that pretty much
Wait,
sums up what I've been
but for the
playing as of
Insider
lately.
program, is it the whole campaign you have access to with co-op, or
Yep.
is it just
Yeah.
you have the access to the
Yeah.
entire?
The only thing you don't really get is achievements from
I
your
don't care about
playthrough,
that.
which is like, it's whatever. It sucks, but it is what it
Unplayable.
is. Still ridiculously fucking fun. Still
I
crazy.
Yeah,
downloaded
it's
it by the way, so if
fantastic.
you want to play that tonight with me, anyone, and play that, I'd be
Definitely
very
want to play
happy.
that tonight.
The more the
Let's
I don't even know if I
merrier.
have the I don't know if I have access
I
to
want
it.
to have up to 4 people. Let's just
Is
Let's
that
go.
possible?
Yeah,
in there.
Can we do
definitely.
4
Yeah,
Yeah.
people?
yeah,
Up to
4
4
You can
people.
do
people.
4 people.
Fuck man, I gotta figure that out if I
Speaking
need
of
some
4
4 people,
player
guys.
split screen.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
Man.
All right. Sorry, we're getting off topic.
yeah, it's fantastic. So yeah. It just felt like I remember when me and Matt were playing. I just kept saying, "Man, this is classic."
It
like
is.
this just feels it feels classic.
It does,
Except
man.
now
It
you
really
have,
does.
but now you have unlimited, grapples, which
Hmm?
makes it even better. So like, it's pretty
Unlimited
cool.
grapples? What the fuck?
Well, yeah, you
I
have
can't
you have like that. Your grapple always recharges in campaign.
Yeah,
So like, and plus you
just
get
like
that
it
thing
did
that
Oh yeah,
turns
yeah,
you into
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Oh, I get what you mean. Oh, I get what you mean now. Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to get excited. All right,
It
go.
was dude, it was super dope when Matt ran up into a base and he was just like fighting the hell out of this one dude, and I just pull up around the side with a ghost and start splattering people, and like the heat was completely off of me because they were all looking at
Yep.
him. So I just come in there like hot with a ghost, and it was just that classic feeling. It was just that classic feeling. And I got the ghost by grapple
It
hooking
is.
over to it and stealing it off of somebody on my way over there. When he was already he was like what felt like a mile ahead of me, and I just so happened to find somebody with a ghost to catch up in time because
Yeah.
there was a lot of people around him by the time I got there.
And
So that
it's
shit
really
was
cool. I
pretty
want to
fun.
say real quick, it's super cool how far you can go from the person you're playing with. Like, because he just said I was super far from him, and there was no issue. Like, you get to a certain point where it's like, okay, you got to return, but like it gives you a lot of leeway to just explore the area,
Cool.
which is really nice because a lot of games don't do that. Far Cry don't do that. I know that for a fact.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. It does give you a warning before it happens,
Mhm.
which is
Yeah.
better than just kicking somebody over. But I'm wondering if it's just like it feels good right now, and then as we play, it'll start to get annoying because we haven't played it long enough. We got through that
Yeah.
beginning portion, and now we're a couple fobs in, and right now it feels good. But I don't want to completely say like, maybe there is a point where it gets annoying. But at the same time, if you remember some of the previous Halos, like it kicked you over a lot quicker, and you had a lot
Yeah,
less
definitely.
freedom in the previous Halo. So I don't know. I
Halo
mean,
sucks.
Shut up,
I'll
Mike.
see. I'm still gonna wait and see. But like as of right now, it feels pretty good, and I'm happy with it. So let's go.
Definitely.
Ratchet and Clank better.
No,
Oh,
That's factually
okay.
inaccurate.
just apples and oranges.
Ugh,
This man's insane.
Sorry,
right?
I'm being
All
a little
right.
toxic right now.
Well, now we're going to talk about the game that we've all been playing. Not so much throughout the week because we had to kind of put out the tweet kind of late for what we were going to play. So everybody that voted chose for us to play Ryse Son of Rome, which is what I will be putting right here. Gotta mute
It's just a
that
game
shit.
that you
There we
guys
go.
are familiar with already. Or at least
Oh, yeah.
Matt. I know Matt is
Oh,
for a
yeah.
fact.
Oh yeah, I beat this game like 2.5 times already.
Well, so you
now.
like it that much.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Dude.
well, first of all, I beat the game on my first account for when I got my or not my first account, but like on the account after the account that I got kicked, like that I lost
What
my
happened on your first
profile
one?
on.
What
My
happened?
very first one, me and friends were naming our profiles pretty bad. And we eventually got kicked after being asked like numerous times to change it. So it was completely
That's
my
nice.
fault. But I lost all of like my Borderlands, Halos, and
Like
then
even your purchases?
like
Like the purchases that you made on the
yeah.
account?
Yeah. But I
That's
didn't
so
really
much.
purchase digitally then, so it wasn't that big of a
Yeah.
deal. So I just like lost a couple games.
Yeah,
It wasn't that big of a deal. I didn't really start going digital until Xbox One. Pretty
I
hard.
guess that's where most people kind of shift when that shift kind of happened. Because I mean,
Right.
like downloading games on 360 took forever.
Personally, in
so-
my opinion, if you're a real gamer, you'd never buy anything digital. In fact, you'd never hook it up to the internet.
Play everything
All
offline.
I 100% agree.
Everything offline, unpatched, broken.
Version 0.0.
All right, I gotta shut up. All right, go on, guys.
Hey.
But yeah, Rise was a game that I had on the profile after I had got an Xbox One. And that was the profile that I named my not yet even thought of daughter off of. Because I remember I put out a tweet a while back saying like, "What's the craziest thing you've ever like done as a gamer?" And mine was I named my daughter after one of my Xbox profiles that I've made like a long time ago. Her name's
Nice.
Rain. Her name's Rain. And I used to have a profile called Rain KCK, which I started out my Xbox One path on,
The
and I
original
only
one?
bought, and the only 2 games I bought, or actually I bought 3 games on that profile. I bought Ryse Son of Rome, I bought Call of Duty, I think it was Ghost at that time,
Oh,
Yep.
and what was the third game? Oh yeah, and Titanfall. And Titanfall was the third game that I bought on there because I was just like stunned by those games when I seen the previews for them. And yeah, Rise was a banger, dude. That Rise was something I played for a hot minute on that profile at first, and I actually, I actually still know how to get into that profile. And before this game went into Game Pass, every once in a while I'd boot up my old profile, download it, play it, and then just like delete it off or whatnot. But but yeah, I mean, Rise was a banger game.
Super
It
underrated.
it is weirdly underrated. It's almost like offensively underrated, in my
Yeah,
opinion. Uh,
good way
I
to put
mean,
it.
just the looks of this game, the graphics, the details that they kind of put in it. The story wasn't the best. I mean, I'm not
I
gonna
liked
say
it,
I'm
man.
I'm not gonna say the story was like God of War level intriguing.
Yeah.
But like
You're saying the shit.
I'm also not gonna say that the story like didn't make sense or didn't like go anywhere or have like it didn't give you some type of feeling, because it definitely gave me some type of feeling when I was playing, and at the end you just feel
Yeah.
like God damn. so like I thought it was a fantastic game that needs to be played. It's in Game Pass now. It has auto HDR if you have any of the new consoles. But let's move on to Matt Likes Games. I want to hear what
Yes,
you
sir.
have to say about it. This is your gameplay, by the way, that you
Oh yeah,
posted on
dude.
here. So
Dude,
go ahead and
and
show out.
just playing it, I played 7 minutes really quick before the show. Just playing it, I want to start a new game on it and play through it again. Dude, that game, that's like all I played. That and Titanfall 1, and then maybe Call of Duty Ghosts was like the only games I played when the Xbox One came out. Like, I didn't play anything else. And the multiplayer was super underrated in this game. The gladiator mode, where you got in an arena with a friend. I think it was just 2 people. I'm not sure if you can do 3. There might be different game modes, but the one I played, it was just 2 people. You got into an arena and you took on enemies, and every round, the entire arena changed, like its scenery.
Mm-hmm.
It was incredible. Campaign, or the story, I guess we call it, is like, I actually really thought the story was really damn good, especially for at the time. I didn't play like a ton of story based games back then, so it was kind of like the first game I played outside of, I guess, Halo 2, where the story was just like, oh wow, okay, that like surprised
Something
me. I
real
didn't see
quick.
that. What's that?
I just want to address the chat right now. Stankmaw is
Hmm?
spitting hardcore facts right now in the chat.
Peppa Pig over Rise? Stank Mall?
Exact.
No, no, sir. No, sir. But yeah, this game is phenomenal. And it's like one of those things now, like, I'd actually be down to play multiplayer with anyone who wants to play that. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, any one of you guys, obviously, and anyone in the chat who wants to play that multiplayer, because people surprisingly do still play that multiplayer, which I
Yeah,
was like,
that multiplayer is still popping.
I was delighted to find that out. So, like, I can't say enough about this game. I really love it. The gameplay still holds up. Like, the combat can get a little repetitive, especially like if you play it all in one sitting, which you can do. It's not a very long game, but yeah, I think it's a fantastic game. I can't say
It
enough
is.
about it.
And like you can change up the kind of ways that you go into attack, and after you level up and stuff like that, they get a little bit more brutal and a little bit more wild.
Yeah.
I'll be back in just a second, guys.
I really enjoy this game. Now, Twan, kind of curious. What was your
All
take
right.
on this game?
I can't really talk about the multiplayer. I heard it's good, but I actually haven't played that portion of it, right? So obviously I can't really comment on it. So, but it's a good sign that people are still playing it. It really shows you that it's
Hmm.
something, worth playing at least. But a
Definitely.
a lot of games aren't really able to hold that kind of, audience. At least as I think the game. How old is the game now? It's like came on like it
2013
was like
is
a
when it
launch
launched.
title, I believe. It was a
Launch
launch
title
title
with
for
the
this.
Xbox One. Yep.
Yeah, so it's quite old. It's quite old now. So yeah, and the
Oh
fact that
yeah.
people are still playing it. But this game, obviously it looks great, right? Because it's Crytek. Those guys are like they're freaking engines and all that kind of shit. So that shit just looks great. But the
Yeah.
frame rate, though, the frame rate is that really was what really got me when I played that. I'm
Dude,
pretty sure it's at 30 frames per second. But I
it's
mean, it
at
was
30.
yeah.
And on the Xbox One, you really felt that 30. On the
Mhm.
Series X, I'm certain it was dropping frames left and right on the Xbox One, but on the Series X, that's
Yeah.
not an issue.
So
Like, even
okay,
on
so
the Series S,
yeah. So
yeah,
I'm
like, it
so
feels really good to play
okay. So
now.
before it was used to drop frames, was what you're saying, right?
Yes, you certainly did.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's actually good to know that at least it's an improvement on the Series X. But I mean, a 60 FPS would make
Definitely.
that game very much more enjoyable.
Oh
It
yeah,
would.
and
It
and
would.
and everyone that's a fan of Rise or have talked about Rise in the
Yeah.
last year has asked, like, I wonder if they're gonna FPS boost that, like, and
I doubt
Man,
it.
and
it'd be
I'm sure how
amazing.
many times I'm not sure how many times was it Jason Ronalds probably heard somebody ask him that question.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's like they've already said it. Like once they announced that last batch that they did, like Jason Ronald came out and said, every game you can imagine asking us to do, we've tried. We've tried. And the only reason it's not there is because either there's a game breaking thing that's stopping it from happening, or the company just doesn't want us to do it.
So
So
I'm
it's like,
assuming Microsoft doesn't want them to do it, right?
no, not Microsoft, but like for example, Red Dead 2. Like
Oh yeah.
everybody wants Red Dead
Yeah.
2 at 60 FPS. Rockstar ain't gonna let them do that.
Yeah.
Not until Rockstar can cash in on it. So there's like a lot of
Right.
stuff like that that I would
Yeah,
imagine,
that's true. That's true. Yeah.
that's stopping them. But it's
Yeah.
weird that maybe they ran into something with Rise where it just was game breaking, because I couldn't imagine Crytek being like, no, don't do
Okay,
that to that
I
game.
see it now. Yeah, because
Yeah,
Xbox has to have the approval from Crytek to do that.
exactly.
Yeah, but that's
Right.
I don't think Crytek is gonna re-release that game anytime soon. So
No,
I
they're
mean, they
definitely
might
not
as
releasing
well.
that.
I feel like they might as
You
well
might
just
as,
do the 60 FPS.
that's what I'm saying. I
patch.
think they probably ran into like a game breaking bug with it where they
Yeah,
just like,
yeah,
okay, we
If
because
can't
they
do it.
did
usually,
re-release this game, and I'm sorry, but I'd probably buy it.
I'd buy it easy. I'd buy it so easy. Don't even have to come to Game Pass. Dude, you could make it exclusive to
$70,
PS5. You can make it
$70.
exclusive to PS5. I'll buy it on there. I don't care. I do not care. Dude, I would love to replay this game. 60 FPS, like 4K. Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be phenomenal.
Man, that'd be
yeah,
an
because
L. That would be
yeah.
an L if that
It
ended
would
up
be,
on the
but not for me,
PS5.
because I'd be playing it. That ain't my problem.
Yeah, I know
That'd be a
forcing a lot of games.
catastrophic L.
That's
Oh my
Microsoft's
goodness.
problem. That ain't mine. Oh God.
Yeah, I know forcing a lot of
That's
games to run at
facts.
60 that were designed to run at 30, you could usually break the game easily. It's just
Who knows?
the game was designed. But anyways, we're getting off topic now. But the combat, yeah,
Yeah.
I could see the combat getting a little repetitive. I mean, like, I feel like most of the time it's usually just mashing X. I don't know if that's just me, but
Yeah, X,
I don't know.
Y, A
And
to
then you'll press
block and
I think it's the
stuff.
right trigger, and then you do that finishing move or whatever.
Yep.
But one of the things I didn't really like about that game was with those little missions where you have to like defend and you're on the crossbow. I'm not sure how many times you have to do that throughout the game, but there's one around the beginning where you have to like you're on a crossbow and then you have to like defend from this army. And I
Oh
think
yeah.
yeah, I didn't like that much, that part that much,
Was
but
that
I
like
think
the thing with the Connect that like it was on
yeah,
Xbox
that's what I was
One? It
gonna
was Connect
say.
based.
Yeah, because it's I'm pretty sure since it's a launch show, they try to add in Connect gimmicks, right?
They
Where you have to
did.
Oh yeah,
They
launch, be
did.
like
Rise was
fire or
gonna
something,
originally be a
Connect
Rise was
game.
originally gonna be a Connect game for the
Yeah,
360, if I'm not mistaken.
but I think
Yeah.
because obviously I didn't have a Connect hooked up, right? So instead, I think I just had to hold the left bumper instead to go around that, which I just found weird.
Yeah, which was
But
much easier to do
yeah,
and much
I mean,
more
it takes
convenient.
long though. It's like you have to hold it for like a good like 4 seconds, which kind
Yeah,
of bothered me.
that's no big deal.
Yeah. But yeah, I just found it funny just to seeing those Connect gimmicks kind of just being thrown in there. And something that I also found pretty surprising was just the gold itself was just free now. Because usually with games that have that
That was
currency,
weird.
yeah, like you could literally, I was just mashing. I had like 500 million gold because I was just mashing
Yeah.
the get button, right? And yeah, usually with games like that, they would usually just take it offline completely. But they're like, nah, screw it, we'll just make it free, which I find really nice.
That
I
is
wish
really
Which
more.
cool.
I wish more
it's
companies
super
would do that.
nice.
I think they even did that with like Two Human or something, where they're like, okay, we can't legally sell the game, so fuck it, we'll split for free instead. Which is like, I think that's
Which
the
is
way it
nice
should be
because there's
done.
like a lot of cosmetics in that game
Yeah,
that like at the time did cost actual money, but now it's just like
yeah,
you can get that gold for free
yeah,
and you can make
yeah.
your character look sick.
Perfect. Yeah, more games definitely should do that. Like
All
even with
right.
like Forza Horizon, they take the DLC offline and why just make it free if you can't sell it? Fuck it, you know.
Yeah.
That'd
That's
be
fair.
awesome.
I
Yeah.
mean, that would be really
People would just
interesting, or
wait though.
just,
People would just wait. I feel like, but I don't know.
or I don't know. I don't know how this kind of stuff goes, so
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna
bother.
talk about it. But anyways, Mike, what did you think about Rise, brother?
Is he here?
I didn't play
What?
it. I
Oh my
He's just sitting
god.
there
I really
playing Doom.
You never
He's just
played it?
Playing Doom.
I never
That's all he's
played it.
doing.
Bitch,
You should
man,
play
I
Doom
said
Eternal
in the
instead.
fucking group chat. That's what made me
I thought.
realize
Well,
that-
I thought you meant that you didn't play it this week. I didn't know you never played it.
Yeah, I've never played it.
Oh my god.
Oh
Yeah.
So
my
I have it
god.
downloaded.
Hey, just talk
I'm
about
just
Doom
letting you
Eternal
know,
instead.
work was just fucking awful. I had no drive to really play anything else other than Doom. I needed to kill things at like 5,000 miles per hour. So that's what I needed. I didn't need to be a Roman soldier as much as I do love that, or a Spartan or whatever, because I do love that time period. But
Definitely
I will get
recommend
around to it
it.
because I do want to play it.
I can't
Ugh.
recommend it enough. It's so much fun, Mike. You're gonna love that game.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
I
but yeah,
will. I
it's great to
gotta.
yeah, it's great to see people that actually like the game because I always just like I feel
Oh
like most
yeah.
people that do shit on it haven't even played it to be honest. You know,
There's
they
a
just
lot
like,
of
look
people
at
who
shit.
just like they look at the Metacritic score and they're like,
Yeah.
it's dog shit.
It's yellow
A Metacritic
garbage.
score is so
Yes,
undeserved.
yellow.
That's one of the most insane
Yellow.
Metacritic scores I've ever seen.
I love that song. It's yellow. It's fucking yellow. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. I'm so tired.
What are we talking?
I
Oh my
don't
God.
know what the fuck's going on.
Did I
yellow
just pass
Metacritic
out?
score.
Oh
I
my
don't know. We're
god.
making fun of fanboys.
Yeah,
Okay.
just the yellow Metacritic
What the hell do you think's
score.
going on, Matt?
I don't know,
Well-
honestly.
Well, with that being said, we might as well go on ahead and move into the weekly breakdown. So what do we got, you guys? I'm going to actually start off with Matt on this one.
He's got one already.
Oh, the weekly breakdown. Okay, so this is interesting because I thought about bringing up the Bungie thing, but I kind of want to talk about PlayStation and their PlayStation rewards because I think it's amazing, and I think there's obviously people who are like, it's a copy of Xbox's thing, which is like
Who cares?
so.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So
Competition's a good thing.
what's exactly like?
I bet it'll be
Copy
better
the
because
good thing that
PlayStation's doing
Xbox
it.
does, please.
Yeah.
I don't see how that's a bad or negative thing, but dude, I think it's amazing, and it gives me reason to actually buy games outside of like, because this year on PlayStation, all I was really gonna buy was probably Ragnarok,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe I get Callisto Protocol on there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, who knows? Like maybe I just buy more games on PlayStation and divvy it up between Xbox and PlayStation so I can get rewards on PlayStation and save money.
A
I don't
reward
see how that.
buy. Let's go. Who's going to have the better
It's
reward for
great.
this next game I buy?
It's fantastic. It's a great problem to have, I think. But I
Right?
think it's just I think it's just amazing that because I never would have expected Sony to do that, and I feel like them doing that because didn't they have something in place before Bill was talking about with us where they
Well,
had
yeah, they
some
had
sort of
some
rewards thing?
They had a reward system a long time ago, but like
Yeah,
it just wasn't very rewarding to a lot of people,
It
so
wasn't
it died.
rewarding. Yeah.
Yeah.
It died.
Even Nintendo has a rewards program as well.
they
They
do.
do.
They do right
They
now.
do.
As of right now, they have the whole gold coins thing where you buy
Yep.
a game and you get like 70
I wonder
coins
how
for-
many coins I have. I've never checked that.
But you get a
That's
lot for
interesting.
buying digital games. So yeah, I feel like Sony's really out of the loop for not doing this. Because if Nintendo's even doing it, like that's a problem, and you're not doing it.
Yeah.
Nintendo's actually doing something more than the bare minimum.
You know,
There's an
I
issue.
mean, fucking Nintendo still doesn't even have achievements. You know,
Bro, it's on with
Yeah.
the soft insult right there.
like
That's so
He said,
true
if
though. There's like
Nintendo's doing
nothing.
it, where you been?
yeah, exactly.
It's
You know,
embarrassing.
There's none of that stuff on Nintendo. They need to step it up over at Nintendo. I'll tell you that much.
no,
They-
they're just-
I mean,
they're
their
just
their
riding the-
games. People love their games, but I'm talking about
Yeah.
just just the things they do. They need to step it up.
they're
They need to
just
step it up.
they're just riding on that
That's just
Switch
hating.
success right now. You know,
It's just
Just
a
enjoying it.
factory for nostalgia.
yeah.
Really,
Yes,
it kind of is. No, it is. Who am I kidding?
It's just, I
All
don't-
right.
But I just wanted to bring that up because I thought it was super interesting, and also like I said, the people who complain about it, like it's some type of burn that they're copying Xbox. So what? Get over it. Let them do it. Copy it all
know
the
what
way. In
Xbox
fact,
needs
make
to
it
copy?
identical. What's
No,
that?
no, Xbox needs to fucking copy the goddamn
What?
DVR system. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. How
About
about we all
anything else.
start copying things? Xbox, copy
Yeah.
that DVR system.
Please.
That's what we should start doing. Just, I don't know,
Please.
man. Fanboys need to chill.
Okay. Nope. I'm sorry. Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, now I'm kind of curious what Twan has to say.
Okay,
So
since
break that.
Matt was about to say it, and luckily he didn't say it, but the Bungie thing, you know,
Yeah.
Oh, that was
the
the
whole
talk
deal,
about.
it's locked in. Sorry, is that what you're gonna say? It was
That's
an
fine. I
it was
don't care. I'll
it was like
think
the
of something.
second
I'll think
it was the second obvious thing behind
obvious
that.
one.
So,
Yeah, right.
you know,
Yeah.
so I
All
might as
right.
well bring it up. But
It's noteworthy.
yes, I just find it hilarious how some people still think PlayStation owns Halo now.
Let
After
him
that.
think it, honestly.
It's
Dude,
That's a
dude,
fun thought.
honestly, I say,
That's a fun thought to
I
have.
say, you know what Phil Spencer should do? Phil Spencer should get on and just like, I can't believe we just lost Halo. And then when the Halo Infinite DLC campaign DLC comes out and it's not on PlayStation, people are just like, what? What's going on? You're not getting it. That's what's going on. That's what's happening. But I don't know.
It's
Phil
like the
Spencer's not
most
that petty.
illegal troll.
Yeah.
Yeah, just troll him a little bit. But
I know
think
what we'll
that's
talk about. Sorry.
Oh, what's
what you
up?
got? Oh, you got it. We'll say
No,
that for you.
I can wait.
I was
I'll wait. It's not about Bungie.
I was just gonna say I think it's amazing because first of all, like I grew up with Halo, so I just indefinitely love Bungie. And I
Yeah.
still even love what they're doing with Destiny 2. Although I'm behind on it, I need to catch up. But I love where Destiny 2 is at. I think this is great for Sony because it gives them somebody who knows how to do multiplayer.
They don't really have
Finally,
too many of those. They're
they don't
mostly just
have a lot of
single-player
multiplayer studios. They really don't.
Yeah.
And it gives them somebody who knows how to run a live service because you look at GT7, I don't know what you would call that, but it ain't it.
Yeah.
And it's like Bungie needs Sony because they're looking to get into movies for like their own universe, like Destiny and stuff like that. They want to make their own universe. And so no better person to do that or to help you do that than Sony. So I feel like it's
100%.
very, very mutually beneficial for both of those companies.
Yeah. I just wonder what Sony themselves are really going to get out of this because I heard that they're still going to make their shit multi-platform, at least the Destiny stuff. I don't know about new
to help
IPs.
make shooters and understand like
Exactly
because they really want to make MTX games, whatever the fuck it's called. So Bungie
Live
has
service.
a pretty decent, thank you, live service
Yeah.
idea of things. Other than the fact they vault things and people defend that, I don't give a shit. What? That's another fucking conversation. But
you get to.
Which if it was handled differently, I'd be more informed. But anyways, whatever. Not the point. Yeah. So I think that's also. I feel like it's going to be more of a resource for them to properly monetize games and help them maybe make shooters, like kind of like how id helps like a bunch of Microsoft studios now with shooting mechanics.
Yeah.
So, that's what I think's happening.
Yeah, that makes a lot
news.
of sense. It could just be like a studio that helps out other studios.
So,
yeah, because
also like Twan said. Oh, what were you about to say?
No, because even like I know Uncharted, like they always have those multiplayer modes. I'm assuming if in the future when Naughty Dog does make some multiplayer in their game, Bungie could jump in there and maybe help them out with a few things.
At least with the service aspect, because you would imagine Factions is going to have some sort of live service, because it sounds like it's going to be its own thing. So
yeah,
it's probably going to have something, and Bungie can certainly help with that.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna say something else before I cut you.
Well, I was gonna say like what you brought up earlier, how everything remains multi-platform, which is super interesting.
At least Destiny wise, who knows, right?
Yeah, at least as far as Destiny is concerned, Destiny's not going anywhere, and I think it's in the deal.
Release a statement saying that they want to remain their own publisher and multi-platform.
See, that's exactly what I was about to bring up, because they've said, Destiny's multi-platform, but everything, as far as the statements they've put out, everything Bungie does from now until forever is multi-platform.
Okay.
So, like, unless they somehow go back,
just be a fun play on words, though, like
it could
multi-platform to the point where it's PC. And PlayStation, not PC,
I would love to start
PlayStation
seeing.
and
Oh, you know
Xbox.
what? That'd be better than coming on Xbox, because then PlayStation guys have to deal with the fact that their games are day one on PC now. I'd love
Yeah,
that instead, honestly.
that's definitely gonna be
Honestly,
interesting.
So
dude,
petty. I
yeah,
love
just
seeing people squirm.
dude,
Let's go.
it's gonna be everywhere. And I think I just thought it was funny because it's like, if I'm not mistaken, there was a report that Bungie went to Xbox before Sony and was like, let's do the deal. And the one thing that was stopping that deal from being done, according to reports, was the fact that Bungie wouldn't own their IP, which is exactly what happened to Halo, which is exactly why they split up with Xbox over that. So, and also Phil Spencer's favorite game right now is Destiny. I just think it's fucking hilarious that his favorite game is now owned by Sony. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I just think it's an amazing thing for pretty much the entire gaming industry. Is the way they're talking about it doesn't seem like much is going to change and things are going to get better.
Well,
So
Sony will
Watch
definitely
Phil
get special
Spencer
treatment,
take fucking
at the
Jim
very
Ryan's
least.
job.
just Phil
Just
Spencer's the head
switch.
of Sony.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd
Jim
be
Ryan's
so
ahead of
funny.
Xbox.
Oh
Oh
God,
man. Oh no.
that's not good. You can't be doing that.
Oh, we're fucked. Oh,
It's just a
Jesus
trip,
Christ.
Christ.
just switcheroo.
Yeah.
Backwards compatibility.
That's
is
the
just
worst
insane
trade
on
in
my
Yeah,
phone.
that's the worst trade in
patches
gaming history.
he patches out backwards
Yeah.
compatibility.
Yeah. Oh my
Shows
god.
up with his Xbox upside down playing it.
Yeah.
He's not turning on.
God.
Oh. Oh god.
Oh
Makes me
man, that's
laugh.
fantastic. All right, Mike, what you got for the week, bruh?
So I was reading an article earlier, and it just popped back in my head because I was gonna do the Activision, not the Activision, but I mean the fucking Bungie one. But it's fine. So, but apparently, it's very possible that if
Mhm.
everything goes well, which who knows, Microsoft could possibly have Activision Blizzard by the end of the year.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Things are, and a lot of lawyers that are on somewhat prevalent on like hosed law and stuff. It's like, yeah, it's a possibility. Don't hold your breath, but like anything is possible. It's moving along a lot smoother than a lot of people assumed it to be.
Yeah.
And that'd be pretty freaking dope, really. And
That
I
would
bet
be
there's gonna be more games
amazing.
to play on Game Pass. So,
Yeah, some people were thinking it might not even happen at all. Like it would get declined.
Yeah,
but I
there
mean,
was like
it's still possible. But I mean,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it's
because
possible.
the reason is right now is like the what the hell is it called? The fucking union. I can't remember what the hell that. What was that? The
FTC.
frickin- FTC. Thank you. Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
I'm losing. I'm so tired. They like. I don't know. There's just a lot of like go aheads and green lights. However, there are stuff going on in different countries right now that are quote unquote investigating it. But I can't imagine that they're finding something radically different. For they're gonna be like, yeah, we can't let this go through. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think it's fantastic. And like the article said, as soon as August like I mean that's the earliest it could be done.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah, exactly.
because if I'm not mistaken, the reason was like the FTC asked for more notes or information on this acquisition from Microsoft. Microsoft gave it to them, and now the FTC has 30 days from like a few days ago or a week ago, whatever, to respond to those notes and decide if they want more information. And if they don't, then that gives Microsoft the green light to just go ahead and finish up the deal.
Yeah.
Which would be fantastic. I mean, obviously they'll probably ask for more information, but I mean, it would be amazing if they didn't. And this whole thing just went through in August. That would be pretty incredible. Because I would certainly love
What's
to see
his
a lot
face
of
needs
those.
to go. What's his face,
Oh,
Bobby?
dude, Bobby
Kotick.
Yeah,
Kotick
Bobby,
needs to be
yeah.
shot into the sun.
That's
Dude,
definitely
he needs
gonna
to
happen.
go.
He
That's
needs to
needs
be
Well, I
to
mean,
out of
Phil
there. But
Spencer is technically going to be the head of Activision after that point, though, right? So,
well, I
Oh,
would assume there's probably going to be a period where Bobby Kotick is still there.
yeah, it has to be.
Because
Like it
yeah,
objectively
Well,
has to be. But
he
he
just
has
got a year longer
Yeah.
contract. So yeah,
exactly. He's going to be
definitely
there
gonna
for a
little bit
minute.
longer.
So the biggest thing is like they need to, if he's gonna be there, Phil, fuck, Phil needs
Bobby,
to
or
seriously
Yeah.
like put that motherfucker on a leash and like not let him 5 feet away from him, because he could
You would hope
easily
so.
destroy Microsoft. Like a complete vision. If anything, hear me out. If anything bad happens to anyone underneath like the new branding of Microsoft, and it's because Bobby was still there, that would fucking be like just suicide. Like in public, you know what I mean? Like that would just it would.
There's
That
a
would
lot
be
of drama.
catastrophic.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like he needs to be fucking locked up in a closet somewhere and just give him money in the blood of innocence so he could freaking drink it and leave everyone alone. I don't know. Something.
There you go.
Whatever like Bobby does.
There you
Oh,
go.
All right.
I have like the weirdest image in my mind right now.
Right.
Hard not
Like,
to.
Picturing him
in my
like all,
pocket.
I'm just picturing him all on fours, you know, just like I don't know.
Oh my
Like-
God, what's
Arlington.
going on right now?
Who knows?
He's just
Who
drinking
knows?
He's just fucking
Like,
drinking
he
like
has like a water bowl or something. I don't know.
Well, with that being said, you guys make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of
Subscribe.
weird content. Because
Definitely.
I'm more than certain that this is not the last time we're gonna hear something like this. Maybe even today, you know, we might hear
Yeah,
something
not
wild
today.
here within the next 20 minutes. But
I can promise
but anyways,
something crazy in 5 minutes.
there you go. All right, so anyways, moving forward, something interesting that I know that I wanted to talk about, and there's two things actually I wanted to bring up. One is I'm gonna start with the long one first. The long one I believe is the whole Netflix and Xbox thing going on right now, partnership or deal or whatnot that's going on. Have you guys heard anything about that at all?
I actually haven't. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I
It's
saw it tweeted onto my timeline, but I was too lazy to click on it.
it's to do with like Netflix's new ad-based plan or whatever, right? Where Microsoft is kind of in
I
charge
love
of
that.
kind of in charge of like their lower tier plan, or I don't know what the whole deal is, but yeah, they're teaming up, and there's like people who are saying that it could potential, or there's like one guy who's, I forget what you call him, but he's in that business, who's like, this could also lead to a potential buyout once the Activision deal goes through.
Do you
I
really
hope
think
not.
you really think Microsoft's gonna buy another thing right after Activision? Probably. Honestly.
See, that's a well. The thing is,
It's a
if they
big-
were to
big
go,
purchase.
if they were to go with Netflix, that wouldn't be looked at. I mean, obviously, it would be investigated, but it wouldn't be looked at really because it's not to do with gaming. Like
Yeah.
everyone's super worried about Microsoft with gaming right now and the whole monopoly thing, but buying Netflix doesn't really
Yeah, it's just-
raise eyebrows.
Yeah, it's just under
I mean-
new ownership or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's like
It's not
that's
gonna,
a whole
nothing's really
different-
gonna change, you know.
Exactly, that's a whole
Yeah.
separate venture from gaming. That's just
Yeah.
business in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's actually a super interesting thing. I'm definitely would keep an eye on it because it is kind of funny to hear that Netflix and Microsoft are working together in any capacity. Maybe this means, I mean, probably not. I mean, this is hopeful thinking. Maybe this means we get Netflix parties back on Xbox. How cool would that be?
Oh my
Yep.
god, Netflix
That would be
parties.
pretty dope. That
That'd be
I remember
amazing.
that.
Wait, was that-
I
was that a
remember
thing
back on the
before?
360? Yeah.
That was the
Oh, yeah.
thing? What was that like?
You
It was
could
just-
you could like it was like a theater, and then the screen was what you were watching on Netflix, and you could watch it all with like up to like 10 buddies or something like that.
Wait,
and
I think
it was
I think I
fantastic.
actually remember that actually. It was
Dude, it was so fun. And then they just got rid of it randomly, and it was
That's
The
a
Xbox
bummer.
One generation era, Microsoft, even before, like a year before Xbox One, Microsoft kind of like started to be really odd.
Yeah,
like
they
a
were
year or so
putting out
before.
weird vibes.
Yeah. So
But maybe
that-
it comes
that's
back. That
really
would be
cool.
fantastic.
I would love that.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
That'd be a fun another fun little gimmick
Mhm.
that I'd be willing to try out yet again.
would
Dude, I would
everyone-
love that.
But everyone probably would have had to need a Netflix subscription in order to make that happen. Or it was just one person that needed the subscription.
Yeah, but I mean, back then
No,
everyone
yeah,
had
I
Netflix
mean,
at that time.
Yeah, everybody had Netflix.
Because
I
it
mean,
was
it-
still
fucking
cheap. It
cheap.
was still
I mean,
cheap. It wasn't like $50 a month or whatever the fuck it is now.
Yeah, and Hulu wasn't there yet, really. And
Uh-huh.
Hulu really
It's
wasn't
not
there
like an arm
yet.
and a leg.
I
and a
mean,
blood
in Canada,
sacrifice.
Hulu still isn't here in Canada.
You don't have Hulu in Canada?
Yeah,
No, we don't
yeah,
have
they
Hulu.
don't have Hulu.
We never got it. Yeah.
What
I
actors
That's
do
mean,
you
they just
use?
insane.
It's
they
like
never came
Disney.
here.
That's
I don't remember
wild
what
because one of
I
Hulu's
know,
best
right?
shows is
I
Letterkenny, and it's a Canadian show. How is that not in? Oh, all right,
yeah,
that's
like
weird.
It's
yeah,
probably
that
on a
was
different
That's wild.
service. It's on a different
I,
service
I
over
mean, I
there.
could be able to use
Oh
Hulu if
yeah,
I use a
true.
VPN, right? But other than that, I can't
Yeah, that's
access it
wild. I
normal.
did not. I was not aware of that.
Yeah, it was all because I was always Netflix and Hulu, but we never got Hulu here, so it was just pretty much Netflix in Canada for a good while, and obviously Disney Plus this year. We have Crave, all the other ones, right? But
Wait,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
we never got for some reason Hulu just never
electrolytes.
showed up here. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah,
I blame Matt.
It is.
But anyways, back to the whole, Netflix and Xbox thing. I think it's kind of like just like a small kind of deal thing that they got going on. Maybe it gets bigger as time goes on, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything to like shove in anybody's face or like get super duper excited about quite yet. Um, I mean, maybe this has something to do with Netflix, charging so much and maybe wanting to be part of other, things that have subscription services to also get, more subscribers through that. Like maybe there's a deal that you could have if you have an Xbox membership. Because, from what I've read on it, it looked like it said something about like, Netflix having ads, right?
Yeah.
So this will have something to do with the ad part of Netflix, or maybe if you have like Game Pass and you spend $5 and you can get Netflix with ads or something like that. I don't know, something like that might come down the line, but
the cheaper
you never
option,
know. This is
yeah.
all just there might just be a cheaper option within the membership of having it. So like you always get like almost like I feel like Microsoft is almost becoming like a Costco. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like they got all the big stuff there. You go there, you get more than you need every single time. And
Yeah.
you just
Walmart.
keep finding yourself subscribing to it, but you forget about how many things you signed up for within Costco. So like
Oh, there
you
you
might
go.
have you might have what is it called, solar paneling from them. You might have bought a bed, about the bed that you sleep on, and drinking the liquor that was on the shelf 2 aisles down. like you know what I'm saying? Like you like
Bad analogy.
Microsoft is like the Costco of just like software and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
it's
that's a
really
good way to look at
interesting. It's really interesting to kind of see what's going to happen with this Netflix deal in the near future. But anyways, anybody else have any more thoughts on that?
No.
I wonder if
All
does
right.
that mean Halo is probably gonna go on Netflix? Probably not.
Oh man, I don't know. You never
Imagine
know. I don't
Halo.
think so though. They
No, that's
Yeah,
I
a
don't
that's-
think
Paramount
so.
thing,
Bungie
right?
owns it.
Yeah.
Bungie owns it. Bungie owns it. Just kidding.
Oh my goodness. I mean
Yeah.
when you turn on Paramount Network, it's
Yeah.
it's the truck.
I still
know what I'm
haven't
saying?
watched
Yeah.
Halo, dude.
But
I still haven't watched it.
doesn't
You're
Microsoft have
wild.
a
That
thing with
show is
Paramount right
good.
now, where like you get like Paramount for free with Game Pass or something like that? I don't know.
I mean,
you get
if
like the
it's-
first like 3 months free or something
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
Or, like the first month
So
or
they
something.
got something. They got a little something going on right now.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they do, Twan.
But the last little bit of news that I was gonna bring up is, of course, that Forza DLC is coming through. That Forza DLC is
Yeah,
coming through, and I am ready for it. Tuesday.
Oh yeah,
Tuesday is
dude.
when we're gonna be
that
playing
is-
Hot Wheels.
Wait.
yeah, that is the
I
real
can't
game
wait.
right there. The game that you played before was just the demo. This is the actual game releasing now.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. And you know what? We should honestly, I mean, right here on the podcast, we should do
Yeah.
that for next week's game.
Oh, actually, yeah, fuck. Screw
I'd be
whatever
down
to
the
do
next
that
games
for
are
next
That
gonna
make my
week's
life
game.
easier.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
that's
can
cool.
definitely put those other games to the side and just
Exactly.
This takes priority.
play Forza.
Definitely. Dude, I would love to do that because I cannot wait to play that. I'm actually
That map
quick plug
looks
making a
insane.
I'm actually making a video on that. Quick plug.
Oh, okay.
Very shameless.
plug. Yeah.
Okay, so
He's also making a video about
Mr.
Doom Eternal, by the way.
Xenon,
I'll tell
Mr.
you
Xenon asks which Forza. So Forza Horizon 5,
Yeah.
this Tuesday. If you have Game Pass right now, Forza Horizon 5 this Tuesday is going to be having the DLC content come out for Hot Wheels, so you can play on the on different
Yeah,
Hot
man.
Wheels tracks that are
Hot Wheels is
made by
back.
them.
Forza.
Yeah.
It's just
So
it's a
it's
great,
really interesting.
but
But
yeah, it's
to
a great.
clarify-
Oh yeah, I'll let you continue.
I was gonna say, just to clarify, it's not like the DLC is not included in Game Pass. You
No,
have to
it's
have
not.
had the premium add-on thing for it, or just outright buy the DLC,
Yeah.
which I think is $20. I think. I'm not sure, but yes,
It's
not
going to be
included in Game
worth it
Pass.
though. It's going to
It'll
be
be worth
worth
Oh,
it.
100 it's almost like a new game essentially.
Yeah,
It's like
It's so stupid though. Why isn't absolutely everything free on Game Pass, right, guys? Microsoft
Mike.
is setting us up. Have you
Yes,
seen
Mike.
those takes,
Well,
dude?
Why buy
all the
anything
DLC
ever?
Yeah,
Dude, Mike, you
But no, have
you already
seen
know
the
what my
takes, though?
take's
No.
going to be this week. You already know what my take's going to be this week.
Oh my god, no! But I'm gonna talk about what's going on
Yeah.
with Forza. I want to talk about what's going on with Forza. So someone was like,
What's
"It's
wrong with Forza?
Microsoft Forza." That someone was saying with Forza, that like it's bullshit that you have to pay for the DLC. I'm like, all right. First off, you say developers are being forced to put their games on the Game Pass, but now you're saying it's bullshit. You have to buy the DLC. Which fucking one is it? like, which
Yeah.
one is it? Like, I need to know. I need to know what talking point I have to deal with every other day now.
Who knows anymore? People just
All right.
saying stuff.
But the
People are
DLC for the
just saying
Master
stuff.
Chief Collection was free at least, so at least they have that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Actually, didn't some of them cost a little bit of something, like the ODST one?
Yeah, like
Then
that is
again, those
free
games are
on
old
Game
as
Pass.
sin. Not old.
that's
as
free
sin,
on Game
not old as
Pass.
sin.
Like
Yeah.
if you didn't have Game Pass, ODST costs money. Same with I think Reach also.
Yeah, I think we should.
But if you have Game Pass, then it's just in
Free.
Game Pass.
Yeah, you just
So,
download it.
But
nice.
also, to be fair, those are older games.
Exactly.
Kind of just remastered.
Yeah, but
20 is kinda
anyways,
against it, man. I'm sorry.
but yeah, this is a great chance even for people that missed out on the Forza Horizon 3 Hot Wheels DLC
Oh,
because
dude.
you can't even buy it anymore. It's just gone. So at least with
it's
this,
gone, man.
at least this is another chance to get that Hot Wheels experience on Forza, even
And-
though it is different, but at least it is Hot Wheels. you know?
Exactly. And definitely buy it because right now, if you want to get that Hot Wheels DLC, I mean, I don't even know if it's still possible, but I would
Yeah.
imagine you're paying a good amount of money
Oh,
off
I
of a
paid-
CD key site.
Yeah, I paid like $70, but it was worth
Exactly.
every dollar.
You're paying for a Sony banger
Yeah,
if you want to
exactly.
if you want to get that
exactly.
Hot Wheels DLC for Forza Horizon 3.
Yeah.
It's worth it. It's worth it. It's
Yeah, get it
100%
now.
worth it.
Yeah, get this DLC now
Definitely
before
get
it's
it
too
now.
late. Before it's too late. 'Cause
Definitely.
it's gonna be gone before you know it.
Oh my
Tomorrow.
goodness.
It's gone tomorrow.
All
tomorrow.
right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the next subject, which is the take of the week. I'm kind of curious what Hard Days Mike has as a take of the week.
Well, I'm gonna just say it because it's funny as hell. I keep seeing the image pop up over and over and over again. It's old, but it's just funny, and I want to talk about it for a moment. A certain Twitter account posting that because there was a rumor, a very dumb rumor that had no basis anywhere, that PlayStation was going to buy Bethesda, and this individual tweeted out an image saying Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 exclusive to PlayStation 5, and it shows a nuclear bomb going off. And now this person, after the deal goes, pretends those games don't exist and they're garbage.
Yeah.
So,
Pretends he doesn't care about them. They don't matter.
pretends he doesn't care. I just thought it was funny, honestly. I just thought it's just how people are like that. It's only amazing if it's on their platform, and if it's not, it's a piece of shit. that no one
it's
should
just
touch.
mid. Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
mid, exactly.
It's
Oh,
like,
well,
oh,
are
I
those
never
not
liked
the
Bethesda
facts,
games.
though?
Yeah, the moment they got bought by Xbox, they're like, oh, they never made any good games. Bethesda, they're trash. You know.
Yeah, I remember
exactly.
that week. It's like you Xbox, you didn't even play these games. It's like, dude, I had like 70 something days in Fallout 4. Don't tell me I didn't play that game. I played like 100 days worth of Skyrim. Don't just stop. Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like console-wise, Skyrim did the best on 360. I'm pretty sure as well.
Exactly. It was basically unplayable on PlayStation.
Even Oblivion. I heard Oblivion
I
was
think they made a
terrible on
good
PS3.
console. I'm just kidding. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Sure.
Miss Ham says.
Oh man. Who
All right.
knows?
Well,
What's up, man?
No. I was just thinking of my take.
Oh, you wanna throw it out there?
Do you have one?
Yeah, yeah. Of course, I have one. I mean,
Alright.
you don't have to look very far to find a
Yeah, on Twitter.
a
Yeah,
take.
it's just around every
I mean,
corner.
I got a couple in my pocket, but
There you go.
but one that I wanted to bring up now, since we're kind of early into talking about all this, is Elden Ring being demolished by God of War. How about that?
Okay.
Who's-
I mean,
I mean, did you not? There's been a few memes. So there was one that showed what is it called? That showed the Grim Reaper knocking already have knocked
I know what you
on
mean, yeah.
the Red Dead door and it was dead, and then now it's knocking on the Elden Ring door, and then
That's
I also seen another one where like Aloy is saying, or the Elden Ring is saying, "I can beat you," to Aloy, and Aloy acknowledging
Aloy says,
it.
"Yes, you
but
can."
Yeah, yes, you can. But
Yeah, you can.
but you can't beat him, and it shows God of
can.
War. It shows Kratos.
Dude,
These guys
just
want some
just addressing that meme template. First of all, Red Dead's better than God of War 2018.
Yeah, that was so. I
Ugh.
found that so weird because
and that's not the shit on God of War, because God of War 2018 is
It's objectively
phenomenal,
the
but it's like Red Dead is better, and it's not particularly close.
do I found really
It's just
funny?
not a fair fight. But
Do I
like
thought-
obviously,
Actually,
God of War won that year, right? Or was it?
Are you letting the
It
salt
was God
slip
of War.
right now,
It was-
Matt? Are you letting the salt slip?
It was God
Dude,
of War that one.
listen, I haven't played both of them, and even I know just from the fact that just of what those games offer, that Red Dead's the better game.
Red Dead is
Like,
just
it's-
by
I don't know.
far the better
I still
game.
want to
And
play
it's
it though.
and
Both
it's
of them.
like, dude, Elden Ring versus God of War. Dude, I'm so hyped for Ragnarok. I cannot wait.
See,
I cannot wait for
saying
Ragnarok.
Stankma is saying God of War. It's no question. It's not even
Yeah,
a question.
right.
God of War is way better than.
Yeah, I just
than
want to
Red
spit
Dead.
something out.
Stank
Stankmall
Red
agrees
Dead's
with me.
trash.
Stankmall thankfully agrees with me here. But Elden Ring versus Ragnarok, or just it's not a contest. It's not a contest. It's not like, and I don't know why they care so much, because they're setting themselves up for disappointment. If you really care that much about what wins Game of the Year, you're going to be so disappointed at the end of this year, because
Yeah.
it's going to be Elden Ring. And the only way it's not Elden Ring is if, like,
It's rigged.
Hideki Miyazaki comes out and says, "I don't want it. Give it to someone else." That's the only way it's not going to be Elden Ring. That's it. So it's
But-
like,
So do you think like God of War is gonna get second? Do you think it's gonna be a close second, or it's gonna
It'll be
be like
second.
Elden Ring is just like Alabama this
Elden
year?
Ring. I
It'll
was
be
gonna say Elden
second.
Ring is like a fucking force of nature that the gaming industry has not
Yes.
seen in such a long time. Like, and I'm
Dude,
not, as you know, I'm not even a biggest fan of that game, but like that game, like it obviously had hype when it was announced, and then it came, and there's gameplay that people got hype, but when that shit hit the ground, and like it was out in people's hand, that game just fucking went catastrophic, and
Yeah.
everyone was playing it regardless, even if it was only for 20 minutes, everyone was playing that shit.
as soon as it released, it was Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
as soon as it
yeah,
released,
pretty much, yeah,
and it's
pretty much.
And it's not like I said, God of War Ragnarok is going to be amazing. That's like I'm most excited for that game this year from PlayStation by like a mile. And it's like, it's going to be amazing. It's unfortunate that it happened to come out the year that Elden Ring did. Because if it came out next year, then hey, maybe Starfield and God of War fight for that. But it's like, it's
You don't
Elden
think
Ring
Breath
this
of
year.
the Wild ain't gonna say nothing?
Oh,
Breath of the Wild's
dude,
delayed. It's delayed.
Well, yeah, Breath of the Wild, you always forget about Breath of the Wild, but if Breath of the Wild comes out, that's really the only thing that could have fought Elden Ring this year, is if Breath of the Wild came out. That's about it.
Yeah, but I
And
want
it's
to throw
like-
something in. Back to the Red Dead versus God of War. talk, it was funny
Yeah.
because actually at that same show, Red Dead actually won more awards than God of War did. Like it was like best music, best direction, best this.
Yes.
And me and my brother were like, okay, obviously Red Dead's gonna take it, and they just said God of War. I'm like, wait,
Jeff
what?
Keighley.
You know, like Red
It's like,
Dead
that's
literally
all I gotta
won
say.
the
How
500
does God of War
awards.
have how does Red
You
Dead
know?
have all the better stuff, but it didn't win?
Yeah, so like they had
Jeff
all the
Keighley.
awards, and then I think God of War came out clutch at the last award. Oh yeah, it's Game of the Year, God of War. It's like, wait, what? Like Red Dead really won literally every award, and now it
I'm
doesn't
telling
get
you,
Game of the
Elden Ring is gonna win all those same kind of rewards, and then you're gonna see,
Year. At
you're
the
gonna
end, God of
see,
War Ragnarok. You know, it's like
you're
Dude,
gonna see Elden
telling
Ring.
you, dude, it's
You're
because
gonna
of
see Elden Ring in third. You're gonna see God of War in
Third.
second, and you're gonna see
Right in front of,
GT7 on
Frank.
number one.
Oh, well, that's
Knew it.
how we know that
GT7's
Ham's
winning Game
joking.
of the
That's how you know Ham's not being serious.
Oh my god! But like, dude, you know
No.
why if God of War wins, why the reason it wins. And
Dude,
I'd
God,
probably, and this
there's
is coming from someone. And listen, this is coming from someone that would probably enjoy God of War more than I did. And I enjoyed Elden Ring, but I have a feeling God of War might. I mean, I haven't played 2018, so I can't say that definitively. So,
really recommend it.
um,
Fantastic.
I have so many games to play. But
Mhm.
like, dude, I have like about like 90 games installed on my Xbox. So I still need to play like
That's
15 of them. I just bought the other day. I think I have like over 100 now installed on my Xbox. I know it's fucking insane. I need to stop. Anyways,
Same.
and about, but, but, but I don't know. I just, I don't know. I don't know.
It's
Did I tell you I don't know?
it's
Come
just
on.
it's just silly. It's like, first of all, the award doesn't matter. I mean, it matters. Like, if you're on the team for God of War or Elden Ring and you help make that game, that award means a lot to you because you put a lot of work into that thing, and you want to be recognized for it. That I get.
100%,
If you're a
yeah.
developer, then by all means, these awards matter to you. But if you're just somebody who plays the games like me or something, you're just playing the game and enjoying it for what it is, it does not matter. Like,
Uh,
Red Dead is the game of the year for 2018 for me. I don't care what won at Jeff Keighley's show. I really don't. Does not matter. It's like, but Elden Ring is going to win. And if you're setting yourself up to expect something else to win, you're going to be really
Matt,
disappointed.
he sees games 3 years in advance.
yeah, what if God of
Yeah.
War has like a 98 to 99 on Metacritic though? It just comes out and it's like
Then you know,
Imagine.
God bless. God bless, but that's not happening. God bless, but that's
It's super rare that a continuation of a game gets a higher Metacritic score
yeah.
than its
It's possible.
predecessor. You see it happen a lot less than you see otherwise.
Yes.
So you even look at like Horizon Forbidden West. Like, to me, that's a better game than Horizon
Yeah.
Zero Dawn. But you look at just like the shock and awe factor of what that game was. Like, you had to have it when it first came out, compared to the second one where people were like, I remember what that game was. I don't really care that much about it. Or
Yeah.
those that
Yeah.
didn't really see that much of a difference in it at all, or just felt like the story dragged on. I hear a ton of people always say, "Oh man, this game is way longer than it needs to be," which
Yeah.
I kind of agree. Like, I kind of agree that the game is a little longer than I anticipated it being. But then again, I'm not gonna like I wouldn't want Gorilla to not make a game like that. Like, if they're comfortable with making a game and just making it better and better and better as time goes on, to me that's a plus. Whether the Metacritic score is higher the next time or lower the next time. Like, I've seen so many games, and we just got done talking about one that the Metacritic score is just like, man, that's just low. That don't make no damn sense, but it's better than other
Yeah.
games, or it's better than the predecessor or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't put all my faith into that stuff, as you were kind of saying, Matt.
Yeah.
But at the
And
same time, it is nice to see when your game does get validated. It is.
Exactly.
Because I could see it from the fanboy state of mind, where it's just like, man, that's the game I've been telling everybody to play, and it's validated right then and there. But some people
Sure.
are a little bit more, I guess I should say, passionate or arrogant. about their specific game. Like a lot of people still argue about Ghost of Tsushima in Last of Us 2. That's still a hot button issue for a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
So it doesn't even matter the platform. It's literally the game that people are just really passionate about, and you'll definitely see it. Either God of War wins, loses from Elden Ring. There'll be people either flexing or saying or calling bullshit. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah, and to your point, real quick about how like the follow up game typically doesn't score better. It's like Halo 2 is objectively better than Halo CE, scored lower. Halo 3 scored even lower than Halo 2, and that's like the best Halo.
It was that wow
hands
factor of
down.
like, wow, look at this, you know?
Yeah, it's like it's just that's just the way it is. Like the sequels don't score as high as I would expect God of War to get. What did the first one get? The 2018
It was
one,
like a
94?
94, I think. Yeah, it was a 94.
So I would expect this to get like a
92,
90 to 93. Maybe it ties, it gets a 94. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would expect.
Because it looks more the same, essentially. That's what at least
which is fine. Exactly, which is fine. And it's like it's just a continuation of the story, which is all we really want. So I'm happy with it.
Good. I have to feel like we're done with that one.
Yeah.
All right. So who hasn't gone yet?
I don't think you've gone yet, have you?
I'm pretty sure I haven't gone. No, I don't think I've gone yet.
Go ahead.
So there's actually this one. I was just seeing this on a Twitter thread, and it might be a little controversial, but like the thing that this take always bothers me every time I see it. So essentially, okay, you're playing a game, right? You're playing 5 hours, maybe even 10 hours, and it's just not clicking. You're not liking it, right? And the guy comes up and says, "Oh, it gets good in 20 or 30 hours." It's like,
I hate
bro,
that.
I hate it so much. I can't stand it. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're telling me after 20 hours this game gets good, I'm just gonna play something else because the game's already failed. You know, it's failed. It's designed,
job,
right?
yes.
Right. Like I like, you see all these games I gotta play. If I gotta spend 20 hours just to finally enjoy a game, I'd rather just play something else I'm actually gonna enjoy all the way through. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah,
exactly.
that's just I was just seeing it recently on a Twitter thread. I think it was like 3 days ago. I'm like, oh my god, like I just can't stand it.
Dude, it gets good in at least 40 days. Promise.
But then it's a bad game. Then it's a bad game if it gets good in 30 hours.
And here's the thing. That's exactly the thing I said about Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
I was like,
dude,
the first like 75% of this game are very forgettable, incredibly forgettable. And then like the last 25%, the story really ramps up and it gets really interesting, and then it's over. And it's like I'm gonna do the same thing with Forbidden West. I'll begrudgingly beat it and then find out, oh, the ending actually was pretty good.
Yeah.
But like I'll get to that point because of a feeling of having to, because I spent the money on it.
Exactly.
Not because I'm having a blast doing it. And that's just I don't know. Like you shouldn't have to get 30 hours into a game for it to open up. That's just
to finally get good. You know?
That's just really dumb.
It's just ridiculous. I don't know, Ham, did you hear all that? Or were you too busy?
Yeah. Y'all are just bashing Horizon. bashing its brains out.
We're bashing the wrong Horizon, sadly. Right?
Yeah, I know, right? Because like I said earlier, we all know what the game of the year is going to be, and it's not going to be what you guys expect it to be. It's going to be the best racer of all time, and you guys are going to be... You're going to see a whole different type of salt from
has a racing game even ever showed up in the nominees for Game of the Year?
Imagine that game wins Game of the Year. Just how much of a joke that would be.
Just for it to show up in the nominees, that would be like colossal.
That'd be like insane. Jeff Keighley would actually be out of his mind. He'd be out of his mind.
Well, you're about to see it. You're about to see it. It's going to be there. It's going to be there. It's going to flex hard.
It'll win like best driving game that makes use of the DualSense controller.
Yeah,
make some like weird category like that.
I mean, that is facts. That is facts. Category. Like that's the one positive thing I've ever heard Matt say about that game.
I'm sure it is. I would hope it is.
Because that's literally a positive statement, whether you want to read into it as a joke or not. Like that's a positive statement.
No, it's a joke, but it is positive.
I'm saying but it's real though. It's real because the DualSense with that game is fire. Like I will give it that.
I would imagine. I would imagine it is.
It
I mean,
is really dope.
That's like the only thing that would ever make me want to get that game over just continuing to play GT Sport.
I mean, there's that reason, and it's also because it's the best racing game on the market there, bud.
Well, no, it's on Xbox.
And
God
it will
bless,
be
man.
the
God
next
bless.
it will be the best racing game in 2024.
Oh.
What?
Yeah. What I'm saying, it's gonna last. It's gonna last. 2024.
That's
Keep on getting
insane.
updates.
That's insane.
It's gonna get an update.
Damn, I will.
And the camera's gonna swivel different, and you're
What's-
gonna be like, "Oh my god,
It's fixed.
Yeah,
Whole game's fixed.
it'll finally look like a racing game that was made within the last 20 years. My God, I can't wait.
Oh, I love it.
All right, I don't think we got Matt's take yet. Take of the
Okay, so
Oh, I'm excited.
So I told Mike about this, and Mike knows about this because we talked about it before.
Well, I
the
know
show,
about it
but,
too now.
Oh yeah, you know
I
about it too. Okay,
I know
so
about it too.
Ham, have you seen this guy on Twitter who is getting flamed consistently on a daily basis? This guy is getting flamed because he's upset that he has to pay for Halo co-op, and his whole thing is he tried the $1 Game Pass sub when Halo Infinite launched, and now he's like, I unsubscribed. I don't own the game. It's bullshit. I gotta pay to play co-op. It's like you gotta pay to play it because you're not subscribed to Game Pass and you don't own the game. He's like, yeah, well, it's dumb that it wasn't there at launch. Yeah, you're right, but it wasn't there at launch. So pay or buy the game. Be in the subscription service or buy the game. Like his whole argument is like, I got to pay 10 times as much money now because they didn't have it in there at launch. It's like, yeah, so do it or don't play it, and just
Because this
quit
guy got the
complaining.
$1 free trial. That's the
You
argument.
paid $1. You're not entitled to anything. You're not entitled to a full game. In fact, honestly, you paid $1. You played the game. You got a lot more than you bargained for. You got way more than you deserved.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't understand his issue of like, I can't believe now I gotta pay. It's like, yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yeah,
you better believe it
works.
It's like that's how a business works. You got to pay to do the things that the business provides. So I don't know.
I can't say that I've heard anything about that, but I tell you what, that's something else. That's a next gen way of thinking about how business is conducted. Like, so what's like his issue with like getting about it too, like is it like did he lapse on a service or something like that?
Well, his issue is like he said it so many times. He was like, I paid $1. He said that. I paid $1 for the $1 for 1 month or 3 months or whatever it is of Game Pass. He played Halo Infinite, loved it. He says he loves the campaign. And then the service ends. He doesn't re-up. He doesn't buy the game. And now they're like, here's co-op, but in order to play co-op, you have to have the campaign. He doesn't have it. He's mad he can't play. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, well, you can't play because you don't have the thing.
Right. You don't own the game, and it sounds like his Game Pass subscription lapsed is what it sounds like.
And he's pissed, and he's trying to turn it into this bashing 343 thing, which is like, okay, I guess they do deserve it because I mean they did release an unfinished game, but at the same time you knew it was unfinished. They told you it wasn't. Co-op wasn't there. It wasn't
false advertising or anything.
Yeah, they didn't false advertise that. They told you it wasn't there. They said Forge isn't there. They said co-op isn't there. It's just multiplayer and it's the campaign. And you said sign me up for it.
Yeah,
and then you played it. And you enjoyed it.
Says he didn't regret his decision to play it on launch.
Yeah, and he enjoyed it. So I
don't really understand how this argument even has context because technically the co-op isn't even out yet. It's in beta.
Yeah.
And
So like,
exactly. Well,
so like, I don't know. Like this
yeah,
doesn't even add up because it's like even if he bought you could have this game purchased right
Mm.
now and not be able to
yeah,
play the co-op right now.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
have to have signed up through the
Insider.
insider thing and
Yeah.
have that game downloaded through there. I'm not even sure if you have to pay for the beta thing. Like I'm not sure if I would like if I didn't have
That's
Game
interesting.
Pass if I could if I had to even pay for the beta thing
Access
because
to
you
the
got
game,
that because I got access through the Xbox Insider app,
hmm
but that was a separate download. I didn't go in the Game Pass to get that app.
That's also an interesting thought. But I don't know. His whole argument just like it just collapses inward on itself like
Yeah.
100 times over. And the thing is like God bless him. He's so like every day he's making a video. He's like, you guys don't get what I'm saying. It's like, dude, on the sixth day or whatever it is, we get what you're saying. You're just you sound kind of dumb. That's it. That's all it is. Like no shade towards you or anything, but you sound a little dumb. But it's like I'm sure he'll do it again tomorrow. He'll just come out with another video. You
So this
guys
is the
don't get it.
daily thing.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, you're complaining about something that you don't really have a right to complain about. Like, yeah, it should have been there at launch, but they told you it wasn't. You
Yeah.
knew it wasn't. You signed up anyway. You played it. You enjoyed it. Now you're complaining.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the
I
whole
don't know.
thing about it being not launched, that's a completely separate issue, you know?
Yeah, that's a whole
Yeah.
separate issue. We can.
Right.
That's he's well within his right to be upset about that. But he
Yeah.
knew about it.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
you know, is
Yeah.
what it
You know,
is. I just thought it was a
my
weird
take
take.
my take from that would probably be I feel like this person is almost like using something that's inconveniencing him to try to get a bunch of like clout or something like that.
And the thing
And
is, I
like
mean, he's getting all the wrong clout.
Yeah,
well
it's
yeah
like
and that's the
anti-clout.
thing and that's the thing like he knows how like how little this really like how do I say this, Robert? He knows how
Needs more
dumb this
attention.
you got to know how
Yeah.
dumb that sounds to like be mad that yo I don't own this game and I don't have a subscription to play it. I can't play it. Like I mean you got to be extra for that. Like
That's
I
what it
had
sounds like.
I had my own discrepancy with PlayStation this last week. Like I couldn't play my PlayStation games because I
Can
couldn't
verify
have
it, yeah.
couldn't verify my internet and I mean I got called all sorts of crazy fun names and
Yeah. I
stuff
think
like that.
yeah.
But what was weird what the weird difference between the two was like I paid for the stuff that I have
Yeah.
and I can't go into some sort of authentication area to just say, hey, like this is me, hello,
Yeah.
because the internet, you know, had its
Well,
or
'cause you said
because the hotel had its own certifications that you had to go through
Yeah.
to say
There's a
it's on
problem
the
with it not
internet.
having a browser, right? Because the Xbox has a browser and the PS5 doesn't. That was like the big issue you said, right?
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
so because even in the authentication process that PlayStation does have, if you have it set to your home mode, because I've watched all sorts of videos on this and people were acting like I didn't read the screen of my PlayStation when it
Yeah.
was telling me stuff. No, I read it and it told me to go check out this other stuff or whatnot, but half of the stuff I needed to check out on it was behind the internet wall.
Yeah.
So I needed to have internet to even check out the details for my PS5, which was insane.
Yeah.
But I watched a bunch of videos on it, and when you do the authentication through the PlayStation, when it's set to like your home PS5, because I game share, so that was my issue. I guess was because I
Yeah.
game share. This whole issue could have been avoided if I didn't game
You
share.
deserved
If
it.
it was
Which is
if your account was primary to your console.
You deserved it. You
it was-
deserved it. You deserved it. You
right,
deserved it.
which pretty much, which to me is crazy because what happens if you have a family that has a bunch of different PS5s, but you're the owner, but you're taking one of them because you still want your family to stay at home and play the games, and you got to
That's
go on
your fault for having
vacation.
kids.
No, that's crazy though, right? I mean, that's
That's
the
actually-
crazy thing to
Oh, it
me.
is.
I
It
actually
is.
like the way
It
the
is.
PS3 did, because you could actually have a primary account with 5 different consoles at the same time, but that 5 was like the max limit. So, but eventually they changed that to 2. So that was kind of shit. But it was cool that you could do that with the PS3. But then obviously with the PS4, it's only one, and that's it. You can only have it one set to its primary console, which just kind of sucks. I wish they went back to the PS3 way, where you could have multiple,
That would be nice,
consoles.
but like you still have to but like when you're authenticating your PS5, you have to do it through your phone.
Yeah.
Like through the phone app of the PlayStation app or whatnot. That's how you have to authenticate if you or not if you game share, if your console is set to home and you go to a hotel or like a McDonald's, God forbid, for whatever reason, or
Oh.
like you get or you get your Wi-Fi from Walmart that's right behind your apartment
Next
building
door, yeah.
or something like that. Like the people have to deal with that stuff, and that's how some people actually do get their internet. It is what it is. Sometimes you ain't
Yeah.
got that kind of money, and I mean I've
Yeah.
lived like that before. I mean it's no big
Sure.
deal. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes to get that internet. So like if you have those kind of certifications, make sure your shit's set to home. On Xbox, it doesn't matter. You can be game sharing or whatnot, and it has a browser, so it goes straight
Yeah.
to it and asks you to authenticate. You don't even do anything but hit the internet, and it's like, hey, wait a second, you got to accept these terms, bro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it sends you straight to a browser. So like very useful. And that was very nice. Yeah, man. But yeah, so interesting stuff to hear that somebody got so butthurt that they haven't paid for.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I
That's
sent you-
weird. That's a weird discrepancy to have.
Yeah, I sent you after the show if you want to check it out. I sent you a DM of like the dude's actual video, the original one, and it's definitely worth watching. Definitely worth watching. Very interesting.
All right. Does
So
anybody else
let's
have any
talk
more
to the show.
takes?
I think that should be
I
it.
think I'm good.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
sure
all
that we
right,
should
all
give
right.
that
So,
topic.
yeah, I guess we don't have a game switch this week because we don't have any guests.
Well, I mean, I know.
Well,
I know Matt had one up its sleeve.
well, I mean, I have one technically.
All right, go
Huh?
ahead. Spit your bars.
So we talked about it before the show a little bit, and Gears of War mixed with Elden Ring.
Oh, I
and
thought you were gonna
Mike-
say Halo again. I was gonna say you son of a bitch.
No,
You need to get off
no.
of that.
No, Mike actually brought up Remnant from the Ashes, which is fair.
Yeah.
But I want Gears of War. I don't want Remnant from the Ashes. I want Gears of War. I want the characters. I want the lore of Gears of War. I want an open world. I want encouraged exploration, and I want boss fights. Because Gears of War, as badass as that game is, the boss fights are pretty
Yeah, cut and dry.
average.
Yeah.
They're pretty average at best, and there needs to be better boss fights in Gears of War. And if you made one that was kind of like Dark Souls, you could do some insane boss fights in Gears of War, some crazy fights, and I would love that.
Is it me or is Matt's camera getting weird?
Is it?
It's you.
Is it just me?
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
just
mine
you.
looks-
Canadian internet.
That looks
Okay,
fine.
Yeah, everyone else looks fine. It's just
Canadian
Matt, okay,
internet.
whatever.
Man.
I'll
It's
just
that
no,
Canadian
but
stuff.
like Ham, you look fine. You're like all smooth and everything, but he's just like
I mean,
he's
that's
like
just
moving all over the place.
I mean,
That's that Terrence and Philip Broadband. Oh my god.
Okay, so if he's fine for you guys, then I guess it's just an issue I gotta deal with. Yeah,
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You can hear me though, right?
I hear you just fine. It's just you look.
Okay, that's fine then. But yeah,
it's
I just think a Gears of War, just basically just Gears of War with better bosses, like big epic boss fights. Just make that happen. Open world, please.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Would it be more melee combat, or would it still be guns?
No, Gears. Well, I mean, you could have melee stuff in there because there are some melee weapons in Gears, but I mean, like, mostly, guns and stuff. The Lancer. You could do some epic stuff with, like, insane boss fights with the Lancer, the chainsaw. Like, you could do some really cool stuff with that. But, I don't know. I'm sure, like Mike said, Remnant from the Ashes, but I just want Gears. I want Gears of War. I want Marcus Phoenix. I
It's
want
perfect.
Dom. I know Dom's not. Yeah, whatever. I know, but like I want that world with like Dark Souls kind of thing.
I think that could actually really work personally. Gears is very fucked up of a world anyway, so I could see that working.
Right? Like they have the lore for it. I don't know why they don't do something like it. That'd be fantastic.
Even just an open world Gears game would be pretty sick.
Yeah, they
Just
tried a little bit with Gears 5, but it was kind of hub world and it was like it was good, but
Yeah,
it was
it kind
just
of
not
it was weird. It was a lot of like, I'm on the ski rift thingy for 5 minutes now, getting my next objective. I'm like, can you fucking stop? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I'd rather almost a cutscene, honestly, but that's
Yeah.
just me.
Because I feel like Halo, they nailed the open world in my
Oh
opinion.
yeah,
Open world in
Yeah.
Halo is fantastic.
Yeah. They fucking nailed. They knocked that out of the park. So even just getting some help from them to make an open world Gears game, I think that could work out really well. You know?
Yeah. Do that and then get somebody. I don't know who. Honestly, I think the coalition could do it. Honestly, just
Yeah.
figure out boss fights on like an epic scale. I feel like the coalition has the talent to do that.
Mhm.
They would need some help with the open world, but outside of that, I think they have the talent to do that sort of thing.
How about, all right, I got a weird mashup then.
All right.
All right. Now I'm going to mix up a game with an anime.
All right.
Okay.
All right. And I'm going to say, I'm going to be really generic with the anime. Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, of course. Because it has to be popular to sell anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And damn, what was that game I was just thinking? Oh, Mass Effect.
All right.
Dragon Ball Z and Mass Effect. In what way?
So you have like dialogue choices
in the
and
way
everything?
that it's torn completely away from the it's torn completely away from the main story, and you're in like a different universe or something like that, but with, because the direction that Dragon Ball Z has went as of lately is that they have different like universes of like almost like mirrored universes of different like things. So like have its own universe, but have like the storyline and direction of like a Dragon Ball Z game. So like different kind of crazy enemies, but similar to, so you'd have some sort of like understanding of what they are or whatnot. Or I don't know. I just think that to have that and have such somewhat of a serious game instead of a funny, because Dragon Ball Z gets a little like, you know, jokey and kiddie. So that's where that's where the Mass Effect kind of comes in. Is like you get a story and you get a bold fucking story. People are dying, and if you remember some of the earlier Dragon Ball Z's compared to now, some of them were pretty like serious and people were dying, and you know you like you were losing people that you had for seasons. Well, before they started bringing fools back, like people were actually like dying and not coming back, and stuff like that. So I mean, I'd like to see a dark version of something that you could make your own story with, have that kind of crazy power, and instead of having a ship, you are the Normandy. You just fly up out of space and do all kinds of crazy stuff and blow up planets and stuff like that, while having like, you know, nasty sex with all sorts of different species all over the universe. Oh, like I mean, hey, let Blake Griffin get in, right?
Right? Oh my god.
I mean, that's the two mashups for me.
So you'd also have dialogue choices and everything too, right? Like
yeah. I want you to be able to be either a good person or just horrible.
All right.
You know, it'd be fun to be horrible and just go around just toasting planets, beating everybody off of the planet. Like that would be insane.
Would you be your own custom character, or would you be like?
Oh, of course, because you have to. I mean, it'd be cool if they gave him a name, kind of like they did for Mass Effect.
Oh yeah.
Like Shepherd, everybody right? kind of has a, you know, everybody's like Shepherd, right?
Yeah.
But you make your Shepherd.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'd be
Or
interested.
yeah, they'll call
Just
them
to see,
like
I'd just be interested in
the
that just to
sane or
even
something.
see
I
what
don't
the
know.
final, like the actual final product is in gameplay.
Yeah.
I would definitely try that.
You have your own server of like 15,000 planets, and then you wake up 2 days later and like it's down to like fucking 400 because people are just lighting your shit, lighting your galaxy up.
That just sounds stressful. My God.
That'd be crazy. Well, I'm just now I'm just adding a multiplayer aspect to it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying like that would be pretty crazy. All these procedurally generated planets are just no more. They just keep getting exploded.
Actually, that actually gives me an idea. Actually, with something else. Like I just had this pop up in my mind. Imagine like a Crazy Taxi game mixed in with like a battle royale. Like for example, let's say, okay, you have all these people, right? Like I don't know if it'd necessarily be Fortnite, but
I feel
like,
like they're
okay, you're playing.
working on that.
Yeah, so like crazy. It might. Who knows? They might be working on it for all I know. But it'd be Crazy Taxi, but there'd be a bunch of other, taxi drivers, and you'd have to pick up all the drivers, and it's just whoever gets the most, money at the end of the game wins. Essentially, I feel like that'd be very interesting, where you could see all the other taxi drivers driving around, and maybe they'll pick up a guy before you can make it to that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Did
It's
you
just
know, Swan, that there is, I know it's not Crazy Taxi, but there is a battle royale in Horizon 4. Forza Horizon 4.
really.
Yeah, there's a battle royale in that.
I just
Um,
bought a game that I
and
didn't know
it's
existed. Sorry, go on.
what's that?
Go on. I don't know. I'm so tired that I'm randomly saying shit. You guys keep going.
Oh my God.
I'm just spitballing right now.
But yeah, there's a battle royale in that, and it's actually kind of decent. Like, I don't think I'd play it all the time, especially now that Horizon 5 is out, but it's not terrible. Like, it actually kind of works. But yeah, Crazy Taxi Battle Royale would be something that I
Yeah,
could
that'd be.
actually see
I
happening.
I could actually see that even being fun, honestly. Seeing the other
Yeah,
taxi drivers driving around, and that guy picks up the guy before you, and like, bah, and he drives off with them, you know.
I
I feel
could
like
see
that
that
actually,
working.
I could see it being fun too. Like fun, like I'd play it. Like, and
Put it
usually I don't really
on
play battle royale games, or
put it on the Dreamcast too. Uh
I really think you're gonna see. I really think you're gonna see something with Crazy Taxi because we just heard not that long ago
yeah,
about Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio
yeah. I think
doing
just the
some
radio
sort
was
of
supposed to
like
do some super
comeback, and
game or
it's supposed to
something.
be
Yeah,
like
random.
they got their idea based off of like
Fortnite.
Fortnite and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, real stuff. That's what was said in the article a while back, and it's just kind of like you're gonna see just this massive influx of live service games. You got Skate coming out live service. You got Destiny, or not Destiny, but
ooh,
Bungie working on a bunch of live service games.
can
You got
can I talk about that real quick when you're done?
sure.
Can I talk about Skate?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, like there's just we're talking about this. That's gonna be a live service game, like,
Mhm.
and then you got sports games. I think that are gonna be coming along at some point. They're gonna just say screw it and just make
Yeah,
everything
screw
live
them.
service
Yeah,
to just
screw the
make people want to
annual
spend their
releases.
money the way they
Yeah,
want to and just have the base game there. I just think
that's the
that's just a
future,
obvious
Yeah,
idea that I don't think they're exactly ready for quite
yeah,
yet, and that's why it hasn't rolled out yet. But I
Yeah.
mean, I definitely see gaming going in that direction. There's going to be so many games that are, and to me, I'm kind of nervous about it just for the
yeah,
fact that
100%.
games can start getting harder to play or harder to get like like
Package, yeah.
the whole package because it's
Mhm.
because this and that and the third's tied behind a paywall. And once one game gets super duper popular and everyone's like ignorant about it, that's when a lot of other games are gonna start doing the same thing, and it's gonna suck.
Yeah, 100%.
I can see that.
But
Yeah, the
what were you
days
saying,
of
Matt?
all the game. Oh yeah, you could continue, man.
Well, I was gonna say because that was like a big thing of news this week was EA announcing that Skate is a live service game, a free to play live service game with microtransactions.
Oh,
And
I don't know.
my whole thing on that is, and you guys know I love Skate, is that I have absolutely no problem with that. The only thing I have a problem with that they said is what was the wording they used? Microtransactions that add convenience was the word they used. Convenience
Oh, there it
microtransactions.
is.
I don't know.
There's
That
something
was the
weird.
one thing I had an issue with.
There's a something weird. I was wondering
Yeah.
when that something weird was gonna hit. And
Yeah.
there's just a little bit right there, and then somebody's
Yeah.
gonna do a little bit more. And then another popular game's gonna do a generous leap forward like a rock star or something.
Oh, dude,
And you're gonna
Rockstar's
find
already on
yourself you're gonna find yourself unable to get the true ending because it's $25 more.
Well, I
See-
mean, Azura's Wrath actually that where you get the actual ending through DLC though, right?
Yeah,
Where-
yeah. So
That was back on the
it's not
360.
that it's not that it's exactly new, but the type of way that they're going about it, because now the game is free to play, so you can tag any kind of price on that and make, not only that true ending more expensive, but also like maybe good moves that you really wanted to use that other people have, weapons that make that move actually happen. You know how many damn different things you have to get in Elden Ring just to make one thing be worthwhile?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Elden Ring is one of those things where you're farming to get to get pieces to upgrade another weapon. And like, could you imagine that being stuck behind a paywall?
Yeah.
Like you flat out can't get it unless you buy this thing, or it's not going to be that strong. It's not going to have fire because of this or something. I mean, I still
Yeah.
feel like we're a few years yet towards that, but I don't know.
Well,
I still
yeah.
think that might be happening.
Well, that's kind of like, honestly, kind of inevitable. My whole thing was like, I mean, sadly inevitable, but it's like,
Yeah.
my whole thing was with Skate that it doesn't bother me at all. Like, people were outraged about this. Like, people went from being excited for Skate 4
Yeah.
to being
You're
like,
I'm not playing it. Yeah.
yeah, to being like, I'm never gonna play that.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that makes so much sense for Skate. Like I said, the microtransaction convenience microtransactions, which is like, you know what that means? It means like, oh, this guy's gonna level up stupid fast because he spent like $100 on micro, whatever. But it's like, just a free to play Skate game makes a lot of sense. Sports games in general, like you just said earlier, should be free to play. That should
Already.
be the model.
Yeah, just be
That
like
should be the
none of
model.
this FIFA 2060 stuff. Just
Yeah.
be like, just do FIFA and that's it, and they
You
just
should-
update it.
It should come out a game every generation. And
Yeah.
unless you take a big leap during that generation, I should not have to pay for another game. That should be, I should have got for Xbox One, I should have got, what was it, 2K14? And that should have lasted me until
The Xbox,
2K21.
yeah, Series X. Yeah.
Yeah, because all they really are roster updates.
Yeah.
You can change the shot meter, you can change like,
Yeah.
I mean, some other like basic stuff, but that's not enough to warrant nowadays $70 because
I mean,
that's all
back
the
on the
sports games are.
I mean, back on the PS2 and the OG Xbox, yeah, it made sense, right? Because it's not like they could have updated through other
Yeah, they can't
means,
update
right?
the rosters.
Right.
Exactly. But
But
now
this is new
you can't.
technology. We have the technology to do that.
But
you
now
know?
you can, and I shouldn't be charged $70. Like, I bought 2K21.
Yeah.
I think it's the best. I mean, now it's 2K22, but I bought 2K21 when I got my Xbox Series X. I thought that was the best 2K I've played in years because it was actually an upgrade. It was a tangible upgrade to the system that they had already. And 2K22 is the same thing with just a dunk meter now. It's like, that shouldn't be $70. This should be free to play, and you're going to make boatloads, even more money off of microtransactions because you took down the barrier to entry.
Yep.
So you're going to get way more kids hooked on gambling now, thanks to your microtransactions. Honestly, it's kind of shitty, but it's like, that's a win for you guys. I don't see why you don't do it. I don't know. That's just me though.
It's something to think about as we move forward. But speaking of moving forward, we should probably hit the last subject and then go ahead and get ready to get out of here. We're nearing the 2 hour mark, so let's go ahead and hit with this overrated and underrated part. So
All right.
let's go ahead and let's start it out with Mike. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
Can I
the.
actually mention a show? Can I mention actually a show instead of a game?
Sure.
Go for it,
popular?
man. Go for it.
I've been
man.
watching
Fuck
this
it.
show lately that I didn't even know that fucking existed. It's called Kingdom. It's on Netflix, and it's genuinely incredible. It takes place in medieval Korea, and there's a form of like a zombie apocalypse happening, but not exactly. It's really, really, really freaking good, and I highly recommend it to everyone. And I genuinely also recommend this use watching with subtitles. Don't watch the English dubbing. Just appreciate
Yeah.
I mean, if you have to, like
Yeah.
you have issues like
Yeah,
reading
yeah.
and paying attention and shit, I'm not judging you at all.
Yeah.
But like, I highly
Sound like too big.
recommend it.
Watch it with the
Well, I mean,
subtitles.
normally,
You should.
well, it depends on what it is. To me, honestly, one show, an anime I love called Hellsing Ultimate, it's way better dubbed than it is sub because the voice acting crew is just phenomenal. Anyways, but yeah, Kingdoms, it's fantastic.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. Only 2 seasons and a movie at the moment, but it's so good. It's a Korean show, of course.
All right.
It's fantastic. All right, that's all I got to say about that.
No, not bad.
Underrated.
That's
I don't know
a
if
nice
it's
little change of pace. Nice change of pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about you, Twan? What you got?
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with an overrated game for the first time, and this might be very controversial. Like I might get canceled for this. But
Oh,
the original Final Fantasy VII, I think it's overrated.
yeah, I
in my
agree.
opinion.
I agree.
I'm not
Like
gonna
I feel,
disagree with you.
I just feel like just on the PS1 alone, there are just so many games, RPGs that have just aged so much better than that game. Like I swear to God, when I play Final Fantasy VII, like the backgrounds are dated, the models are dated. Like I don't, it's so dated that game. But you go back to something like Grandia, Legends of Dragoon, and they're just so much better to play, especially even today. And now we have this game, Final Fantasy VII, that's like that's up to this standard, even though I feel like it's aged not as good as these other games on the same platform. You know, it's
hmm
just feel like it's like why aren't these games getting that same kind of love? You know, but
And I'll take it one further. Honestly, the remake's overrated too.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
well
And,
yeah. I mean the remakes, the remakes another can of worms. But
and honestly, Ham said it. I'm pretty sure Ham didn't you say it on the show? Final Fantasy in general is overrated.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
Well, I'm not saying
say
the game's not bad. It's just like the game's it's a good game, right?
I
But
think
I
bad
mean,
to me.
it's
I
just
think
not this
that whole
masterpiece that
franchise
I
is
think it is.
overrated.
Yeah, it's bad to me. It's bad to me, and that's all that matters.
I know
I just
that
think there's
makes
just so many better.
Stigma sweat. I said Tuma. Stigma sweat.
Like it's a good game, but I just feel like there's just so many better RPGs, especially on the PS1, in my opinion, that just blow it out of the water. Like that's just me though. Like I don't know.
Yeah, they're probably. I didn't play any RPGs back then, but I wouldn't doubt it. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch gameplay of it now. The original, it
Yes,
aged
it's
poorly.
it's terrible almost. Like it's
It
got all the
aged
random
poorly.
encounters. Like it has like everything that makes a JRPG age bad. It has it. Like it just has all of them. I don't know.
Certainly looks like it.
Like, but anyway, that's something I wanted to get off my chest. I actually had it in my something I wanted to bring it for a while, but there we go. It's
Hey,
going
man,
up
that's
now.
fair.
Going up.
All right, Matt likes games.
Call of Duty Ghosts is underrated.
Okay, I actually got that ghost poster in the background.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ham brought it
I
up.
actually-
It made me think about it because
Yeah.
everyone says that is
Honestly, I
like
agree.
that's like the turning point for them for Call of Duty. And really, for me, the turning point for Call of Duty where it like started to go downhill was Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
That was the turning point for me. Like everyone else says
right.
it was Ghost, but like for me,
Ghost
Ghost
had a
was
lot
fantastic.
going for it. It had like
I-
you see how many perks it had, and even I actually like the extinction mode. That I feel like that's like
Yeah.
terribly overlooked mode in my opinion. Like me and my friends had a lot of fun with that.
I love that game, and like it. I don't know if it didn't feel worse than it didn't feel worse. It felt as good as any Modern Warfare from the previous from the 360 era. It
Yeah.
felt as good as Modern Warfare 1, 2, or 3. The only difference was that the maps were slightly bigger.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would say there were a few maps, I don't remember them by name, but there were a few maps that were pretty terrible. But
There's like that castle one that was pretty
yeah, the
unnecessarily
castle one
large.
was like a
Oh,
really
Jesus
weird
Christ.
layout.
That was it was I will say
I
this.
just
The multiplayer to me was fine, but the multiplayer to me was fine. The campaign was probably one of the worst Call of Duty campaigns.
Really? I liked it.
It made no sense in the end. You literally, the guy gets shot and goes underwater for like 50 minutes, and then he gets out and drags your brother. It's fucking bad. I hate it.
I fucking like
that
campaign.
It's been a minute since I played that campaign. So
I really like the campaign.
Oh,
in fact, that's probably
into getting it.
In fact, Ghost is probably. I mean, not probably. He is my favorite character in any Call of Duty. Price, I'd say Price, but Ghost
Price
is right
right,
up
yeah,
there.
like Price.
Yeah,
I think the DLC in my opinion actually made the multiplayer a lot better in Ghost in my opinion because it brought those smaller maps back. Yeah, it brought those smaller maps back that made it a lot better in my opinion. So even like the field orders are pretty sick. Like you had the Michael Myers thing, you even had the Predator thing as well. Like those are
just how
cool
they hyped it up for next gen, and then it was just pretty much a prettier 360 and PS3.
Yeah,
I think that's
that
really
I can
it.
see. That but
I'm
then
pretty
again,
sure that was really it.
Yeah, but then again,
The
that's
next-gen
literally
fish.
every Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but they were really like, oh, we have next gen fish physics. We have like it was like
Yeah,
shit people didn't care
Yeah,
about.
but
really
like it was like,
push
and so people
gen.
dumped on them rightfully so for it. But I think they hit it too hard. They hit it too hard.
Sure.
But it's just people getting sick of Activision was pretty much what it was.
To me,
and they still
Ghost.
Ghost wasn't a bad game though. It's just
for me, Ghost was like
ever even play Advanced Warfare.
Ghost was like the finale of the 360 era for me for Call of Duty. That's the way.
That was like
my PS4. Oh boy, couldn't imagine that on the 360.
Well, yeah, like I mean,
bad.
I agree with what he's saying because I played on Xbox One, and I totally agree with what he's saying. Like Ghost was like the last Call of Duty before Modern Warfare 2019, which is where I got back in on it.
Yeah.
But up until that was the last Call of Duty where it was like, I can play this with friends. I can have fun. I look forward to it every night playing with friends.
Yeah.
I didn't have that feeling with Advanced Warfare. Definitely not with Infinite Warfare. And Black Ops 3, hell no. Like anything in between Ghosts and Modern Warfare 2019, I did not have that feeling at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it gets super, like, it gets shit on so much, and I don't think it really deserves it. 100%. I mean, it's just a product of Activision being Activision. That engine was dated in 2008. They didn't need to keep it running for another 10, 12 years. It was not necessary. But that's just
I think it's just Activision's marketing that made that game get hated more than like it probably needed. It's just
that could honestly be the case because I didn't pay attention to the marketing.
Because like to me it just like, and that's not a bad thing, but to me it just felt like another more like modern Call of Duty game. But there was just like in a bunch of press conferences, there's like next gen fish physics. You can see the textures on the dog's fur. It's like no one gives a shit. And it was just marketed in such a way like that. I think it pissed everyone off.
Yeah. And that's probably why I didn't get it. I mean, that's why I don't understand it because I didn't watch that stuff. I didn't see any of that stuff.
That's the same reason I love Cyberpunk so much because I never looked at any of the marketing for Cyberpunk when I played it. I just loved it because I just loved what I saw and I played.
All I needed to see from that's another. I mean, not to get off topic, but really quick, it was Cyberpunk. All I needed to see was like the initial gameplay, the idea that they had in their head for it, and I was like, okay, I'm sold. I don't need to watch 100 other gameplays. I don't need to. So and it was like the same thing for Call of Duty. Oh, a new Call of Duty, I can play it with my friends. Perfect. That's all.
But, I think Call of Duty Ghost is like when the Call of Duty burnout started, really taking full force.
Exactly. That's and they kept it up. and they're still
The
keeping
issue
up.
was is they flipped it so hard though. It was anyways, I'm so fucking tired. I'm gonna let you guys continue. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back.
Oh, I don't have anything to continue on that. I just think that game gets a lot of hate it doesn't deserve. That's all.
That's it. Done. Ham, you still got to go, right?
Yeah. So yeah, for the last one, I'm gonna go on ahead and say a game that hasn't came out yet.
What?
Yeah, and it
Wait,
is
the future?
underrated.
GTA.
Nope, it is Scorn.
Oh,
Scorn
I
is underrated.
that's rated exactly where it needs to be.
And I'm gonna go with the second one that's underrated as well. Instead of an under and over, I'm gonna do two unders. I'm gonna say Scorn and the Plague Tale, both
yeah.
underrated.
Not getting the attention that they
Requiem?
deserve, saying, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm going
I
with
agree with
both
that.
both games that haven't came out yet. I think Plague Tale Requiem is underrated because I think some of the people that may have watched that show had no idea how little you could do in the previous game. So some people may have been looking at that and not knowing what they're really looking at watching.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then for Scorn, I think people are really capping about, oh man, this is nasty. I don't want to play that. It looks too nasty.
moist.
It
Oh
is
man,
nasty.
this is so gross. This is moist. We're sitting here on the podcast. If you have a podcast pulled up and you're looking at it, you see us tearing through the arteries of a heart of the interior of a monster on Gears of War. And it is disgusting. It's gross.
Yeah, and Scorn
It's
somehow tops
fun.
it.
It's fun still. And we
Look at
still
this.
enjoyed the hell out of it. And we got through this part. No sweat, no vomiting, no
All right.
freaking out or whatnot. I think
I'll let you-
Scorn is
yeah.
going to come out. And everyone that's all sitting here saying, oh man, that thing is too gross. It's too moist for me to, get my fingers into. Like they're gonna be some of the first ones saying, "Oh man, this game is a lot better than I thought it was." Man, I take that back. This is pretty fire. Yada yada yada. I'm just gonna keep that same energy of this game looks dope, and I cannot wait to play Scorn. And same with Plague's Tale.
Hey, I think, hey, you can play whatever you want. You can enjoy whatever you want. I think the difference between Gears is the gameplay. The gameplay between Gears and Scorn.
You don't even know what the
Obviously, I haven't played
gameplay
Scorn.
is, though. Yeah, for
Yeah,
Scorn.
but they've shown us gameplay, and you know what it looks like. It's like that's not Gears of War. That's some slow-paced, freaky, creepy, wet, like I don't know what's going on with that. Like Gears of War, yeah, that part was disgusting, but it's like I get a chainsaw. I get to run around and chainsaw people. But can I do that in Scorn?
You're gonna probably do that in Scorn. You're probably gonna. I mean, if you're pulling umbilical cords out of your belly, you doing something. You doing something stupid for a kill later.
See, and that's not. I don't want to pull an umbilical cord out of my. Nah, I'm good. God bless. Enjoy the game. That's what I say. But I think I'm good on it. I think I'm good.
I want to see those.
Yeah, we'll see.
Those positive reviews.
Yeah, I guess we will see.
We will see. Yeah, that's what. See, Twan hears me.
Yeah.
Twan hears me. He said it wants some positive reviews and cool reviews
the
come out.
Phone was gonna hit.
People are gonna be like, I just and even if it sucks, you're gonna see people saying, oh, you know what, I just had to download it to see what the fuss was all about. Because I mean, to me, as crazy and creepy as that game is, like it's not like a personal grossness, like where it's like, man, this seems like they're trying to like switch up, like pander to some sort of thing. This is just like disgusting.
Exactly. It's disgusting. I don't want to see it.
And to me, that is like, it's disgusting without being offensive to me. Mm-hmm. So like, I'm willing to check it out. I'm willing to see what it's all about. And
that's fair.
I'm willing to just plug my nose and play it.
That's fair. But see, that is a game I can definitively say even if it's in Game Pass, I'm not downloading that to find out.
You're
Like
crazy.
I'll listen to you talk about it. But I'm not gonna go.
I'm gonna
You know
have
what?
gameplay. I'm gonna have gameplay right under this.
That's
Right under
fine.
us. Yeah.
That's fine. Because I'll just watch the chat. I'll just watch the chat. That's no big deal.
Whatever. This fool's gonna
That's
be
no big
curious.
deal.
This fool's gonna be curious. He's
No,
gonna have his hand over his. He's gonna be like looking through it though.
no, I'm not.
You're doing one of those.
Dude,
Yeah. All right. All right.
not a
Anyways.
chance.
Well, all right, gentlemen. I think that's good enough for the show today. We pretty much hit up all the topics. Everything seemed to go pretty good. Everyone got their bars off on each subject. So I'm going to go on ahead and carry us up out of here. Does anybody have anything they need to say before we cut it?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Or
I got
wanna say Matt does.
I got 5 videos this week. That's a plan.
I was gonna put a plug in here.
We're gonna see how it goes, and then depending on how it goes, this isn't set in stone. Maybe 5 videos next week. Maybe we'll see. But I don't want to solidify that yet because this week's gonna be out, getting 5 videos out. So we'll see. But definitely 5 videos this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So look forward to that.
So going. With that being said, Matt, going ahead and let everybody know where they can find you.
Okay, so yeah, on YouTube, you can check me out. Matt Likes Games on YouTube. Typically, it's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over there for new videos. But like I said, 5 videos this week. And then on Twitter, at Matt Likes Games, games spelled with a 3 instead of an E. And it's all one word, of course. But yeah, that's where you can find me. Check me out.
All right, Antoine?
I'll go. So you can find me here every Sunday on this show. I'm also on Twitter at It's Me Twan. So hit up a follow if you're interested. That's it.
All right, and then Hard Days Mike.
Is he still
Twitter.
there? Okay.
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay, good.
Twitter is Hard Day Mike, Hard Days Mike, and Twitch is Hard Days Mike. That's it.
Nice.
I'm really tired.
And it's
So
YouTube.
am I. So am I.
All right, and then I guess I'm last. So, thanks everybody for showing up. Thanks for everybody for being in the chat and saying what you had to say. I'm Ham Solo 05 Gaming. You can find me on Twitter for the most part. I'm also on a few other things as Ham Solo 05 Gaming. But as for like regular videos, every Tuesday and Thursday I do Behind Them Sticks with various people around the world, and then I also do Bullshitting with Cozy Beluga and Loke 7 every Friday. So you guys check me out over there. This Tuesday we have Agent Deli. He was a previous developer in off of Ubisoft. He worked on games like Assassin's Creed and also like Watch Dogs Legion and whatnot. Really cool dude, has a lot of really good insight, and I will be there to ask him various wild questions that you may not really know about the industry, how certain things like engines work and stuff like that. So definitely come in and check it out and learn some stuff that you might not know about how things actually work compared to what people ask for on places like Twitter. So come learn something this weekend, or not the weekend, but this week on Tuesday, and then on Thursday I have Spooky the Breathtaking Gamer coming on.
Nice.
As well. Really cool dude. So I got a few nice people coming through this week, so be sure to check us out Tuesday and Thursday on TSWS Gaming. And then check me out on Friday as well on TSWS Gaming with Loke and Cozy. But anyways, we are out of here from the Game Drain. We'll see you guys next Sunday. We'll have probably a bunch of different weird kind of takes and topics to talk about, and we'll definitely have a little bit of news and definitely a guest as well. So come check us out next week. Thanks for stopping by. See you later, everybody.
Oh yeah.